When we last left a merry band of Chucklelucks, we saw them return to the city of Outset. Navigating through the endless crowds, the crew noticed a familiar face. A ratfolk nobleman they met during their encounter with the Martinet, and is now seemingly being publicly executed by the Tyrants Guild. The team rushes in to save him, but an amalgamate, a creature composed of different raging elementals all smashed together, ambushed the party and the Tyrants Guild members. With swift thinking, the party quickly saves Ratfolk nobleman, fleeing from the battle and returning to Baldric's house, where waiting for them was a golden skeleton bearing an invitation to a nobleman's party. Now equipped with this letter, we join our merry band of Chucklefucks and another exciting episode of Alrighty, chat. Are you excited for another exciting episode of Rotgrind?
Oh yeah, oh yeah. One thing I don't know why, but no matter how hard you try.
Welcome back, hope everyone had an excellent break so far. Hope everyone had a wonderful weekend, day. You're maybe walking to work, or maybe you're doing dishes right now. Maybe you're doing something at your job. However you're listening or watching, everything else, we hope you've been doing A-okay. And remember, we're always live on twitch.tv/narrative declaration. And we had some things change. We're back from Gen Con. You know, we're kind of surviving and stuff. And I've also noticed that my bars here have horribly broken. I'll get that fixed. But I hope everyone's been having an absolutely lovely time. And I have to ask you guys, have you fed your brainworm today?
Oh, no. Don't feed them.
We don't have to ask that question, Zoran. It's okay.
Hey.
All day after midnight. Don't feed them.
As I have you had your brain. Obviously, we've all been, playing the Baldur's Gate 3 game. And I have a request. I have a request for fans of stuff. We've all obviously been playing. I already blasted through and played through the game while I was having COVID and stuff. And, just because what else am I going to do? Have a request. If anyone would like to help us out, we would love to recreate our Rotgrind characters in that game and potentially play it or so. All together and stuff, because I think there's some mods to increase the player limit as well, so we can all have a little hee-hoo and stuff. So if somebody is super talented in the modding scene and can help us, get like Baldric's helmet and Oran's wings and all this other stuff,
and Rehua's tree,
and Rehua's whole tree form. If someone could help us out in that way, that'd be appreciated. And I'll try my best to kind of help out, whatever. But if somebody can help figure that out, that'd be awesome. Let us know in Discord at discord.gg/narrative declaration. That should be our URL that you can see, or always in the description. That'd be awesome if we could do that. We would love to play through it, because I think we kind of discussed internally. Go like, oh, I mean, I should have like a Patreon exclusive thing, but we would love to play the game and have you all hee-hoo with us. But welcome back, everyone. I would like to go around the horn to the amazing players that bring you the adventure Rotgrind, starting off with Odoroshirider.
Hi, hello, it's me. I'm Odo. I'm going to be playing Vina, the Sylph Swashbuckler, and today...
Wait for it. Wait for it. Wait for it.
Oh.
Discord,
and
she's loading.
today,
She exploded.
She's loading. Don't you doing her thing?
3, 2, 2, 2, 1.
Today, her
That
mic
saved.
died.
My internet cut out.
There it goes. You're back. It's
And
okay.
today,
So if you want
Where did I
to
cut out?
restart, Odo, you only got the start went out. So try one more time.
No, okay. Hi, I'm Odo. I'm playing Vina, the Sylph Swashbuckler, and today I'm inside your gate, and I'm baldering your gate.
I can't
Okay,
believe
bye.
you balls someone's gate.
I baldered your gate, Zoran.
Next up, we have the ever lovely HulkyKrow.
That's me. I'm HulkyKrow, and today I'll be playing the funny little, he's very, very small, tree man, Rehua. and I'm sure he'll look the part for this fun gala that we are no doubt going to make an impression at.
Of course, our next up, our ever cylindrical terrorist, Earndil.
Hi, my name is Earndil, and I play as Baldric Weathers, the Alchemist. That's not a class that's in D&D, so we'll that's funny. But I throw grenades and bombs and I blow things up. So yeah,
Very funny.
yeah.
Of course, we have our ever revolutionary, the brainworm lord himself, Speaker D.
Hi there, I'm Speaker D. I will be playing Tannhauser, the Magus, who's also a robot, kinda. But listen, none of that's important. Here's what's really important, friends and family of Baldur's Gate. Through the astral tadpole, we can accomplish things far beyond our mortal means.
Take him down. He's speaking too much.
Get him down. Put as many worms in your brain as possible.
Push him.
Worms
Get
in
rid
your
of him.
brain.
Get him out.
Put them in your brain!
Take
Get
the
him out.
fucking shot!
And of course, the one who will be orchestrating all the mess of everything, the actual hive mind himself, Thurston Hillman.
I haven't played Baldur's Gate.
What a fucking look at this fucking
Oh,
guy.
I'm sorry.
Abandoning-
Get off the stage.
Abandoning all his fucking
Anyway.
responsibilities. Fucking-
Hi, that's all. It's me. I've been busy. My life is. I'm busy.
But
I can't
Thurston,
wait to
something
play a
amazing
game.
happened when me and you were at Gen Con.
Oh yeah, there was some pretty cool stuff that happened. We got COVID. That was pretty.
Yeah, yeah, I thought.
The exciting new announcement. COVID.
Whereas in Zoran's case, it was bad. In my case, it was like, ooh, my throat tickled for 2 days. So I was actually pretty fine. But I am sorry you had the bad times, my friend.
Oh, I got shut down for like a whole week, but I still powered through. I still streamed, just coughing, going, like just dying.
I don't want you to die. Oh yeah. Also, there was a Magic the Gathering card heist. Someone stole a pallet with $350,000 of Magic.
Exactly.
The Gathering cards.
Oh my god!
It was really,
I didn't hear about that.
There were fist fights for the Mickey card and all sorts of stuff.
It
Oh,
wasn't
was
the Mickey
crazy.
card. It turns out it was two guys who swiped a literal pallet full of like Magic Commander decks. That was
Ooh.
like 350,000. Now, what would make this even better is the fact that they decided that while they were doing this this expert theft in a place that is full of cameras, that they would wear T-shirts for the card game they helped design. So that was cool.
Oh,
You can find that in the news.
Well, I just want to congratulate Thurston and Zoran for their successful 300k cardboard
Yes.
heist. I'd like to congratulate you guys. I think maybe you shouldn't have worn those Rotgrind shirts, but
Shit.
I think you did a great job, and I can't wait to begin seeing the Black Lotuses just roll on in.
Just roll it out. Roll it out. Oh, and I guess the other thing from Gen Con was we announced Starfinder 2nd Edition, so that was pretty cool.
Yippee!
Fuck yeah!
Casually
yeah.
drop a giant project.
You know,
big deal.
it's also like it's going to be fully compatible with Pathfinder 2nd Edition, so that's going to be super epic and cool. Because like it's almost like doing this show in Pathfinder 2nd Edition for the last like over a year now, has helped me get even more Pathfinder 2e knowledge, which is super useful in my current job of turning Starfinder over into Pathfinder 2e system. That's been fun.
Yeah, so when a year from now Thurston just shoots us into space, you'll all know why.
Or I could just bring enemies with laser guns in, or missile launchers, or, all sorts of fun things that we're designing, right? Grenades are cool.
They're bringing a missile launcher to our sword fight.
Use a grenade.
Or when we, have to inevitably introduce Skittermanders into the world of Tyne. I'm looking forward to that. They're so cute and cuddly.
I
and
get
have 6
sued
arms.
so fast.
Well, I get it. Thurston loves the meme animals.
I do. I would
Destroy
also
him.
like to say that, they can carry 3 missile launchers, so that's pretty cool.
That's pretty cool.
Speaking of 3 missile launchers, hi, I'm Zoran, and I
Hi.
play the Strix Druid Oran. And just a reminder for podcast folks, we love you podcast people. We hope you're having a good work day, whatever the hell you're doing. And Thurston what adventure do you have for us today?
Sorry, I don't know why, but when you said we hope you're having a good walk, like, I'm imagining someone cooking with a wok, and I was just very amused at
that is
listening
a good
to
time to be
Rotgrind.
listening to Rotgrind.
Please listen to us whenever you're cooking, especially if you're using knives.
Oh, also, chat, for either on the Twitch, if you're on the Twitch stream, or if you're listening on YouTube or whatever you are, every sub, we will give you. Okay, you get something this time. Besides of, your smiling faces, you also get a brainworm. We'll give you one.
Yay!
Yeah, you all
Why
get
do
a
you
brainworm.
keep offering these things we can't deliver on?
Yeah, we can. They will get a brainworm.
Get
Only
on with
way.
it.
It's what they're
Thurston.
going to get.
Only way.
Thurston, it's not Kickstarter. If we lie about it, we don't deliver on it. We don't get sued.
Yeah.
So true.
But on that note, Rehua did do the recap. I already gave you a summary, but if you want to hear his recap and some other banter stuff, you can head over to patreon.com/narrative declaration to hear the whole thing in the Patreon exclusive VOD. But of course, here is the adventure Thurston has for us today.
This is a salon viewing and soiree put on by a noble by the name of Sandal Decland, who you heard a little bit about from Chamberlain and Nathian in two episodes ago. You heard that Sandal Decland is a noble who is putting on this event, and there are several influential members of the city who will be in attendance.
And we're looking for quote unquote inconsistencies.
Yeah, I think you're kind of tasked with getting a lay of the land and seeing who the power players at this event might be, all with the information that was given to you in advance that Sandal would be regaling guests with tales of the airship he's having constructed for him.
Very interesting.
Yeah. No one cares about airships, though. They aren't important.
And we're going to steal it.
Start foaming
I'm
at
going
the
to
mouth.
steal the Declaration of Independence.
We
I'm
should
going to
call
eat the
that
Mona Lisa.
The Independence is now the name of the airship.
Is the Declaration of Independence just going to be the full name of your airship?
Well, we are
Correct.
self-styled liberators, so it would track and be on
No.
brand.
Yeah.
No, we
First
can
is
do
dead
better than
collector.
that. We can do better than that.
Can we?
Okay.
I'll kill you.
We're gonna find out.
You're
You
gonna
can't
find
call
out.
the airship "I'll kill you." It's very like buries the lead. So I'm actually going to hand it right back to all of you as you are in the People's Duplex, finishing up a lovely meal with your eclectic band that you've accrued, and discussing your next steps, knowing that you basically have like a day of prep here for your visit to the salon.
So anyway, as I was saying, we all need to get new outfits, right? That's kind of a given, isn't it?
Why would we need to wear new outfits?
Oh yes, you're hideous looking. You need something nice if you're going into.
Or looks
I
down
know.
at himself. What's wrong with my outfit? And he's like covered in like sticks are poking out and leaves, and there's a couple worms. He goes, he like slurps one of them up that come out of his scarf. He's like, "What's wrong with me?"
There's nothing wrong with you, Oran. You have that natural charm, that green glow.
He's eating a cockroach
Yeah.
right now.
I
Oh,
think that green glow is a little bit of radioactivity.
After we
What's
touch that
radioactivity?
elephant's foot in, looks at script, episode 3. Like I've been glowing the entire time.
I told you we shouldn't have stolen the elephant's foot. Never going to find another buyer.
Anyway, so do you suppose we should go in disguise? We are still technically sort of. I mean, I haven't seen a ton of wanted posters of us around, but we are a little infamous.
I don't exactly have a disguise.
Do you have a second helmet?
Baldric's just gonna tilt his head towards her. The empty visor just sort of staring back at her.
Do you have a helmet for the nicer parts of town? Is it gilded?
we can find some kind of mask or a different helm or something like that.
Well, you could buy a new one off the streets. Marlene kind of like pops in. In fact, they're selling them rather frequently now in the district. The helmets have become something of a celebrity item.
Bucket helmets?
Yeah.
Oh. Well, hey, Baldric, you're famous. Maybe
Yeah,
you can
that-
get one in your favorite color. What is
You
your
do
favorite
realize
color?
that's not the point, right? The point was not to become famous.
Well, so long as we're famous rather than infamous.
We're both.
Can I make a narrative declaration?
Yes.
Can I make a narrative
yes.
declaration where the
Okay.
people know where Baldric lives and wants his autograph, but the authorities will never find his home?
I appreciate that you're like, can I do a narrative declaration to just like make this house more obvious?
All of it's okay with Earndil.
We've got a big neon sign that says the People's Duplex. Come right in.
Yeah.
Some
We're
huckster
trying
has
to be stealthy, but you guys continue to be loud as a joke.
Yeah.
silence is optional in this mission.
Jeez. I will absolutely allow you to spend a hero point, Oran, to have a giant neon sign and people outside waiting for autographs.
Only if it's okay with Earndil.
There's just a big, like, fucking tourist cart going by with a PA system. Some huckster is just advertising very plainly this is where the known terrorist Baldric Weathers lives. It's like Hollywood.
Exactly.
And to our right.
Okay.
And to our right, here we see our famous Baldric Weathers house. Now, this man blew up the Pawns plaster.
Okay, sorry, I derailed it on the thing, so we won't do the things. I think we'll go against Baldric's deal. And, I think Baldric was saying something at the time when Davina.
I don't remember what I was saying, dude.
I'm sorry, I derailed it for the bit. Oran will kind of lean over and go, well, yeah, that sounds good, Mr. Baldric, to get you something that doesn't looks at your helmet, and I guess I could change it. Well, one thing I could do is that I was able to turn into a dwarf last time, so I could disguise myself completely. So I might have to go to the bathroom several times to keep up the illusion, but I could maybe do it for like I think my shape lasts for like 10 minutes, I think. So he would only have to be there for a little bit, so
Right.
he'll be like, well, I could try to infiltrate somewhere and just try to be backup, but if I really need to come in as a distraction, I could transform myself, to look like something else completely.
If you're going to expend that much effort, why not just wear a large piece of fabric that covers your wings? Or better yet, transform yourself into a small, innocuous animal.
Be a service dog.
That's not a bad idea.
Yeah, because you have no eyes,
no.
Mr. Tannhauser. I'll be your service dog.
Oh no!
Yes, wait, I'm going to have to pretend to be blind.
Yeah.
Oh, we could easily just take those eyes out and keep them somewhere.
It is not easy. It's a rather complicated process.
If I'm not mistaken, if I'm understanding your political beliefs, Tannhauser, I believe people have said that justice is blind, and that would be very on brand for you.
I suppose so, but that means I'll have to abandon my outfit for the gala. What a shame.
Yeah, I mean, I think it'll be easier to speak with people if there's no possibility that we're recognized as, terrorists.
I suppose so. Tannhauser, in just dejected, just goes to where he's been staying and he takes out the outfit that he had been slowly cobbling together over many years. The full-bodied formal suit made entirely out of spent shell casings.
All right.
Explosive shards and like
Okay.
We all cringe.
Yeah.
Danny, that is a great plan B. Maybe our plan A should be shopping.
But I was going to be the general.
So for those of us who are a little more conspicuous, what do you suppose we should do for disguises? Oran can turn into a doggy. Tannhauser, I don't imagine you can take off your rebreather, as it is for breathing. Rehua, you're pretty distinct. You are unmistakable and one of a kind. And Baldric...
thank you.
You're welcome. And Baldric, your helmet, I mean, people would know what it is anywhere.
Exactly. That's kind of the point behind me, what's the word? Not going directly in.
You could skulk around outside and we can split up a little bit, divide and conquer, but if we are in the belly of the beast, that might be a bit dangerous.
Could just wear masks.
Is it a masquerade?
We can pretend like we thought it was.
Thurston, it's not a masquerade, is it?
I don't know. How much research have you done on this event?
Well, presumably we were told about it and the conceit of it enough to be able to fit in.
Oran reads the invitation. It would say it there.
Yeah. There's a theme, they'll probably say.
There's no masquerade or theme based. If anything, it seems like it is a small social gathering in which various relics and treasures of antiquity are going to be on display.
Okay. It's a showcase and or could be an auction later. So we just gotta dress nice.
We could come up with a story as to why half of our entourage is wearing masks. We do have the hat of disguise for one of us. I just fear that people will be able to see through that.
Might I make... Well, if you're going to wear masks, why don't you all wear the bucket helmet?
I feel like that'll be even more conspicuous.
No. That's
Then
not a good idea.
Then we look like a gang. Bucket gang.
Are we not?
We're not.
We are, but they can't think about that.
What if?
I'm sorry. I tried to contribute.
No, Crunch, we love your contributions.
If you need someone to craft the bucket helmets, though, certainly call me in my smithy, and I can.
I'm pretty down for it being a symbol or something. Eventually, we just have the bucket rebellion. Yellow turban rebellion. Now it's bucket rebellion.
Hell yeah. All right. So, I mean, we could sell the story that some of you are bodyguards if you need to cover your face.
Perhaps so, or perhaps maybe we could get what are things that are socially acceptable to cover your face in?
Sounds like a society check.
I'm asking the group.
Cloth.
All right, we can all cover our faces in cloth.
That's a good start. I'll make a society check. 23, my friends.
I mean, in Outset, there's all manner of different, attires, facial coverings. Certainly, some nations in like Quan Chi are notable for veils and face coverings. There's there's entire facial coverings for raiders in Terlim and some areas in the Inheritor lands. Masks themselves are also fairly prevalent in this city. A lot of people use them in reference to like these strange stone faces that appear, or in organizations like the Tyrants Guild that use masks.
Well, perhaps Rehua and I, the two least capable of disguising themselves, could go as Tyrants Guild officials. Perhaps the personal bodyguard of Vali posing as our main noble, and Oran, you can be her dog, and Baldric, you're her doctor.
Doctor?
Yes, because You have an illness that makes you blue.
I think it might be more sensible if I also go as a bodyguard.
Oran
That is
raises a
true.
hand.
Yes,
Yes,
Oran.
Oran.
We have a nobleman with us who might also have more insight, and he points to the mouse.
We all just
Yeah.
grind in place and look at him.
Like 5 sets of eyes just
Oh.
glaring deep into his.
Hi there.
Hi.
Hi.
So would it be believable for 3 bodyguards to be wearing masks?
Well, anything's believable if you try hard enough. But I'm guessing that's Can I ask a question?
Yes.
Please.
What are you trying to do?
We're mostly just trying to get a beat on people there. We're looking for suspicious figures. We're looking for anyone, particularly the Medics Guild seems to be the target of some of the investigations going on, and then just kind of seeing what we see.
Oh, okay. Who's gonna do the talking?
I can. I'm wonderfully charismatic.
I'll be a dog.
You would make a very good doggy.
Thanks? Question mark.
Oh, let's see how this goes.
Oh no. Who's rolling?
The house
It was
blows up. There were pipe bombs beneath the floorboards the entire time.
Okay. Well, can I ask who exactly it is you're going to deal with?
It's Sander Decland, you said?
Sandal.
Sandal Decland.
Oh. Oh.
Oh?
Well, yeah, you should definitely do the talking.
Why?
Sandal is a character.
Okay, what's he like?
Outgoing, gregarious, loves people.
I also
Give me a perception
love
check. Give me a perception check, Vina.
I'm gonna give you a perception check. This is where I'm kind of hoping for the nat 1, honestly. No, that's a 28.
He's Tessin here's being real polite, but the underlying tone of like lecherous is coming into play here.
Oh, he's like that?
Oh, well, he's a character, oh boy.
Maybe we should just kidnap and murder him or something.
That is a very good plan B. Or it's more like a plan 1.5, like it's kind of part of plan A, if we get there.
Yeah, like A point B.
Yeah, like
Oran-
A and a half.
Oran has no idea how this works.
Terrific.
But I'll say this, you probably won't have to worry too much about standing out. Because he'll have all sorts of stuff. He likes showing things off.
Well, that's good. In that case, we probably don't have to worry too much about the idea of 3 crazed bodyguards, a blue woman, and a dog. Or whatever animal Oran feels like. But you could be a bear. It would be really fun if I just walked in and we were like, yeah, I have bears. I just own bears.
Yeah.
Isn't that quirky?
Yeah, we could do that. I have to worry though. Our newest friend. I have a question. Does this nobleman like to collect things that are interesting?
Well, he likes to show off.
Okay. Well, I'm saying we all might need to be careful, group, because Rehua, and Oran will tap Rehua, is definitely a very interesting thing that someone would probably like to
Are you
collect.
suggesting Rehua is a thing? Sure. You goon. Rehua's good honor. Crunch stands up, slightly offended on Rehua's behalf.
It's like, Rehua, you know what I was meaning. You're a thing to other people, but you're your friend to me.
I don't know if I should feel offended like that was some kind of veiled racism, but I've had worse things said to me, so I don't think it's worth getting angry. You're my friend too.
Oran facepalms. Hating everyone, feeling like Baldric. So it's like, hi. Regardless,
I do think that you should
special. It's and along with Gorgamonger. So I just don't want him to collect you motherfucker. No, I waited over 20 years of a dragon companion in a campaign. You will not take this from me. And it's like I just don't want I will end you. And I don't want anyone to basically, kidnap them.
I do agree that I am a bit conspicuous and might be odd for those collectors of oddities to acquire, so it might behoove whatever disguise I am given to cover up as much of me as one can. I can do a little bit of disguising myself, but it's mostly to the extent of my armor and whatever plant matter I can manifest at that time.
I think that you should get the Hat of Disguise.
Yeah,
We might have some people that can see through it, but
here's what I'm beginning to think. Friend Ratman.
Yeah?
You said that this individual, this Sandal, is not the most discerning of noblemen, yes?
Well, I've only met him once, and he was hitting on my girlfriend at the time, and that was really awkward.
Rough
I
one.
see. Well, that's very unfortunate. But
It was. It led to.
Did the Rizlord
kind
steal
of-
your girlfriend?
Oh no, she left me for other reasons.
Oh.
well, you're really better off. And I put my hand on his shoulder.
L-
Put that
love-
aside.
Love life aside, people. Focus.
Yeah,
All
it's
right.
probably not
On-
important for you to hear about. Okay.
Well,
I'm very strongly resisting the urge to do what we did to Picturn and just lay into this man.
you can tell us anything you feel comfortable with. If it helps you, I would be more than happy to hear about your girlfriend.
Baldric is going to throw his glass of water at fucking Tannhauser.
No, you'll short circuit him.
Well, that's rather rude. Now I'm wet. Now I definitely need to change.
Hey! No fighting at the dinner table.
You're right. My point, though, given that this is not the most discerning of noblemen, would it really be all that out of sorts if a talking tree, a strange robot man, and several other people, frequently found on wanted posters, happen to only slightly disguise themselves and walk in? Do you think that would pass muster? Or do you think that this is the sort of person that actually knows how to read and might actually try and stop us if we just walked in?
This is Outset. That seems like an average Tuesday at most taverns.
Thurston, can I make a check to see if that would blow over well with maybe a society of some kind?
Yeah, of course.
Please. Jesus Christ.
I will also
That's-
roll.
That's a 4, gives me an 18.
because I have a society.
Oh, wow, you're so good with society.
I'm so
You better
good
not
at
talk him out of our
society.
shopping montage.
28.
Okay, so like, so Baldric, you certainly are like, this passes muster, and then like Tannhauser, you're like, this pass, and then you have this like moment of pausing and look over at like your fully armored tank, your half elven bureaucrat, your rat folk accountant, and your gargoyle scholar, and realize, yeah, this is kind of normal for Outset. Like, there's some. This is a very multicultural, multi-ancestral city. So
The point I was more looking towards was we should definitely probably try to disguise ourselves more than just a wee bit.
Yeah, that was my question. Essentially, what I wanted to know was if we just walk in there, dressed up in fancy noble clothes, are we going to get instantly arrested like we would in real life? Or
you have an invitation.
will we comically, so we'd be good?
Yeah.
Okay. Then I'm going to look at everyone. I'm going to say,
We are all fools. The power of Outset is its diversity. Diversity is Outset's strength. Therefore, murderers can go to parties with an invitation. That's us. Let's go get some nice clothes and some cologne, and let's crash this party.
Marlene's
Fair.
hand briefly goes up as I would argue that it also has something to do with the architectural marvels that are constantly improving this city.
Fuck that
and
party! And he gets up and knocks things over.
Hey, this is my house.
Looks dejected down at the marvels of industrialization.
No. Well, the logic is more that because we are well known in the city, people may be a little less inclined to show
give me
their
an
hand
outset
to
law
us,
lore.
you know?
Check, please.
All right, I'm on it. Outset law. Go. That'll be 27.
Cool. It is kind of a clarifying point that is important here. That as you're having this discussion, it's kind of bringing to the forefront in your mind, Baldric. You are people of interest and wanted in a sense by the Tyrants Guild. Note that the Tyrants Guild isn't even the official policing force of the city. They're sort of self-appointed in a lot of ways, right? So. If it was a Tyrant's Guild event, sure, you'd have problems, but this is not a Tyrant's Guild event. And in fact, you're probably not even on the radar of the folks you would be going into an event like this.
Okay, so that definitely clarifies a lot about what to expect, just moving around.
Yeah, so we wouldn't be recognized is the worry.
You might be,
Maybe.
but even if you were, it's not necessarily a bad thing there. You've done nothing, you've broken no proper city laws, or at least been held accountable for it yet. The Tyrants Guild has mostly had its ongoing vendetta / issues with you, but those do not apply to a wider area.
All right, then we just get our fancy clothes and move on.
Then, armed with this knowledge, I suggest we go to the fly store and purchase, as the kids say, a fly outfit.
Thurston.
I start pummeling Tannhauser.
It was real nice having you as campaign speaker. You can get the fuck out. Take your brainworms with you. Spits it out.
But listen, the astral tadpole, though.
Beats the fuck out of you.
Hey, Thurston, can I make a society check to see if there's anywhere better we can go to find better quality clothes than the literal fly market?
Yes, you can.
Please succeed, and Thurston, please say no.
We can always go to Blarts.
Blarts?
Yeah, Blarts.
Why is Picturn here?
That's all right. It's just 16.
Why is Picturn here? What the fuck?
Well, anyway.
I've replaced Tannhauser with Victor.
Hey,
Speaker has been replaced.
Oh, Picturn, you're back from the undiscovered country. Oh, now he's
You're
gone.
back from the farm where we put you down.
Oh, shit, you're
Spoilers!
They already had this episode.
Spoilers!
All right,
Spoilers, I am chasing you.
So a 16 would indicate, in this area, the fly market's a pretty good place to go for any of your needs.
You're a son of a bitch. I know you prodded my die to make it land on a 2.
Oh yes, I closed my eyes.
I know you bumped the table, asshole.
Hey, I wish we could use real dice. I got some real pretty dice at Gen Con, y'all. I spent a lot of money on pretty dice at Gen Con.
Oh,
As you should.
I need to
That's
update
right.
my dice collection.
Oh, well. Knowing that we have no chance, we will just go to Blotus's, I guess, to get better clothes.
All right.
Well, we can start there and go on our shopping trip. And we'll have a montage around town.
Lotus's family restaurant has everything that you want.
Welcome to my shop, as the scene transitions after our, commercial break that you could imagine happened.
All right, Blotus. What are the fanciest clothes you've got? We've got a fancy party to attend, and we need to look. We need to eat these people up, you understand?
Blotus the fly merchant stares back into you and into your soul, Vina. There is a moment of understanding and a nod. Oh, you need the very best.
Oh, yes. We need to be serving, you know?
You can't use that word.
We're not saying that word.
Yes,
We're just
you fucking
serving.
can.
He's gonna dress you like a maid.
You know what we
No,
mean, right,
Blotus knows what I mean. Blotus knows.
Roll a negotiation to determine if he knows what he...
Lotus is gonna dress Tannhauser like a maid. You are off the hook.
Excuse me, Thurston. Could you please roll for him to know? I'm taking over for a moment. Please roll to have him understand.
You do know about serving, don't you, Bloat Sister?
Oh, my fucking lord. Don't say those words out of your mouth.
I don't know why it always defaults me to Pepe now.
Pepe just fucking runs into the store, just, throws a dice, leaves.
For concept of a podcast viewer, sometimes like with Foundry, like I think like sometimes when there's a token selected or something, you take control of a character as a game master, it'll roll as that character into the thing. Every so often Pepin, her old undead squire, will pop up and go like, I'm serving.
See, this one knows how to serve.
Well, you know, I serving is good. You want a servant's attire? I can help you out.
No, that's not what I... Okay, well, you know, we need fancy clothes for a noble party.
Oh, you're pretending to be nobles?
Well, there's nothing pretending about it, honey. We are so noble.
Give me a diplomacy check.
Oh, of course.
You should have said shit.
Well, I have a relatively high diplomacy, so I should hope that I can roll. No, I can't roll a good number for things I'm trained in.
What did
That's
you
a
roll for the
17.
podcast, people?
It's a 17. I rolled a 3 on the dice.
So, like, as this happens, like, one of the flies comes out of Blotus's cage and sort of just, like, lands on your shoulder, attracting your briefest notice, and you notice that the fly has a little, like, crown and clearly has little noble fly attire, and it just, like, shakes its head at you before flying back. Oh, I don't think that that's the case, but we can help you pretend.
Well, what would Sir Flyington know?
Laura
Anyway.
leans to Vina and goes, I think he just served you.
But yes, I can arrange some good attire for all of you and your builds. Even your friend there looks at Rehua.
You know, I think Rehua would look dashing in a bow tie.
Very
As
good.
an experiment, can I put the hat of disguise on Rehua to see what it turns him into?
Yeah, sure.
Baldric will do that. He will reach into the people's loot, whatever object that might particularly be nebulous entity that it is, and
Reaches
retrieve
elbow
the hat
deep.
of disguise.
Elbow deep into Vina's hat.
Thurston,
Yes.
does the Hat of Disguise have its own sense of will of what it turns the wearer into, or do I have a say in this?
All right. So appears as another creature of the same body shape and roughly similar height, within 6 inches in weight, 50 pounds as yourself. It's good enough to hide your identity, but not to impersonate a specific individual.
Okay.
Okay. Do you have some like actor, like you're just now going to indicate that you are like, please go tell me what you want to look like in human form with the Hat of Disguise on you.
Oh, so it has to be human.
No, it has to be humanoid.
Oh,
As we
humanoid.
similarly sized, there are a few humans of that size.
That is true. I mean, my de facto is if you put the Hat of Disguise on him, he was just going to turn into a giant silver rectangular prism.
I hate you.
No one would ever suspect an Anarchite Kenrasu as a perfect height.
That's so fucking good.
Yes, here's my bodyguard, the fridge.
Chris Redfield?
Do I have to make a narrative declaration to appear as Chris Redfield?
Yes, please.
Okay, I'll spend a narrative declaration to be a very
Please
large
mark
man.
down the hero point.
Thank
Very
you.
well.
Chris.
I love this lantern jaw look. Why, you seem like you could punch out through a boulder with your bare hands.
Wait, one sec. I need to clarify something, Hulky. It's going to be very important going forward.
Okay.
Which era of Chris Redfield are we talking here?
I want stalwart Spec Ops daddy look from Resident Evil Village.
Oh, like with the big coat and everything.
Yeah.
Like, has like a width to him that is somewhat unnerving to stare at.
Oh my god, he's gonna turn into Mr. Sex.
Okay. Excellent.
It's just Mr. X in a fucking G-string.
If you don't play,
Or would it be a
Resident Evil, I
T-string?
apologize, but thank you.
A
Excellent,
T-string?
excellent.
Like T-Bayer is. I don't know. I barely know Resident Evil fucking Evil.
Is that anything?
Oh god. Okay. So with that all said and done, God, I love you kids. Blotus is now like, okay, we can work with that. It'll be costly though.
How costly?
What are we
Well,
talking?
Do you want the finest of fine?
What's what are the price? What's the price range of the finest of fine?
He again stares into your soul, Vina. 55 gold pieces for the finest thing you could wear.
55. What's our?
Baldric pulls out the giant sack of 1,000 coins.
Oh yeah.
Each.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, we got 5 of us, so that's
Would you accept a discount of 250 flat for the 5 of us? That's about 5 gold discount for bulk purchase. Indeed, since we're preferential customers, we would prefer a more satisfactory deal. But given that we're buying in bulk...
Oh, hold on. I have my Five Guys card.
Oh yeah, we do have Five Guys cards.
Give me a diplomacy check.
sorry.
You can get the Five Guys discount.
All right, guys, don't worry. My diplomacy, it's not that bad. It's only -2.
Oh my god. Can I help?
20! Yo! It's a shame it sucks!
Let's go.
I appreciate like Rehua is like, I have my Five Guys cards. Pulls it out, like stares. Oh, that's from Blotus the Dragonfly Merchant. Why are you pulling that out in my shop?
Welcome home, cheater.
And then that's when Tannhauser remembers that the Five Guys cards are good everywhere at all blow tie based establishments.
We have Blotus brand loyalty, damn it. It's got to count for something.
He pulls out one of those like metal like push things that like makes a little like circular hole in your card. Oh, only a few purchases left. 250, very good. Hand it over.
All right, and I
Can-
will hand over 250 from the people's loot.
I want to
Okay.
ask, can we also huck some of the extraneous crap sitting in our inventory as well?
Absolutely.
Like, can we get a rebate in terms of like that leather armor and the breastplate, and also maybe the potion of swimming moderate that we'd have no use for?
Yet, keep that potion. Someday we'll have to go swimming.
We had to go swimming in the last arc.
Well, someday we'll have to go swimming again.
Maybe in a new
I can
arc.
probably make one at that point.
Yeah, but maybe you can't.
What things are you looking at? There's a couple things in here. I'm like, good. Sell the essence of Squelchfoot, you monster.
No, we're not selling that.
Just get rid of them. Let's just pretend he didn't have
We also
it.
still have to get Crunch to affix frost to someone's weapon. Someone who actually
That is
has a
true.
weapon.
It's very true.
Oh, I need him to move that around to my other weapon, too.
Does anyone making use of that +1 striking rapier? Because we could just sell that.
Volley?
I think so.
Or Vina?
I think I already have. Yeah, I already have a +1 striking rapier.
The samurais for things to help us out here. We have a staff, striking rapier, hand crossbow, all this other stuff. Do we all want to just kind of collectively, like whatever this frost thing is, which is 500 gold? We should probably just keep all the potions and sell everything else the best we can.
I would just sell the extraneous weapons and armor.
Yeah, we'll do that just to make it quick. So we could sell the striking rapier, the hand crossbow, the leather armor, and the breastplate, and the staff for 0 gold pieces.
I'm going to ask a dangerous question here. Just because. In selling the striking rapier, do any of you have weapons where you don't have striking on it yet?
I don't think I have striking.
Thurston, I don't use melee weapons. I throw bombs.
I do have a +1 striking Escoriaturge.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I'm just wondering if anyone would want to bump up their melee with a striking rune.
Regrettably, I only have a club, dude, and I think my crossbow already has striking on it.
We can take the rune out of the striking rapier, right?
Yeah, let's just...
Yeah, just take that and keep it.
What I'm particularly looking at is Rehua. I believe you wanted to move Mossy onto your pick arm.
Correct. I didn't know if I could... I thought that it kind of occupied the same slot for striking and Mossy.
No. They're fundamental. So you could take the Mossy, the +1 off of your Mossy light mace. Basically, yeetus deletus the mace itself, and turn your pick with some time from Crunch into a +1 striking Mossy pick. That would be part of your body.
I think that would be a good move. Are we okay with that? It's 100 less gold.
Yeah.
Okay,
That's fine.
For the purposes of me being a cool GM, I'm going to make some assumptions here and just say that Crunch has been working on this a little bit off and on, so you're not like, aha, I have to wait 8 million days for this now, because this is stuff you would have done in downtime and whatnot. So I'm going to just delete the striking rapier here. We're going to get rid of that. Rehua, I am going to upgrade your pick in a variety of ways. Basically, just putting the appropriate runes on it here. So give me 1 sec. That will help you. So you'll get +1 striking, and you are going to get, it's going to be Mossy. So just remember, it's Mossy. Close. Cool. I have updated that, and I am yeetus deletusing the Mossy mace. Goodbye.
Thank you.
So that's all updated on your character sheet. Hooray. The next question was you did get a frost rune. So what this was anytime you hit, any of you, with a melee weapon, you deal an additional 1d6 cold damage on a strike. If it's a crit hit, the target is also slowed unless it succeeds at a fortitude save.
Yeah, so who wants that on their weapon?
I think either myself or Tannhauser. It would be based on.
It might be good on a ranged weapon.
Yeah.
I do have.
Does that apply to a ranged weapon?
Oh, I want to ask Thurston for something real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Thurston, if I throw that onto my alchemical crossbow,
it doesn't work in that case because how your bombs work are not like considered ranged strikes.
Damn it!
In a traditional sense, yeah.
Okay, well, it was worth a shot.
No, fair. But yes, it would be probably like best on Vina or Tannhauser. Again, it's going to be who do you think is more optimally set up to do crits? Because the one thing is
Vina.
Also,
Vina.
Probably.
I agree with that.
Okay. You want to give it to Victrix? She does a lot of crits.
Yeah, get her in here.
Sweet. Okay, then I will do a similar thing. And just give me 1 second. And I think I can just.
Welcome to the shopping episode, everyone.
Yeah.
We wanted to get the most out of this, and we had a little bit of crap sitting around.
Pulse pounding action.
Fine. It's
Yeah.
fine.
So for context for podcast people, as we figure this out and everything, we have a whole bunch of stuff. We have like 1,000 something gold worth of stuff. We get like 788 gold, and actually we have like 789. Yeah, for some reason that's separated. Regardless, we got a bunch of gold stuff, and we're like, now's the best time, honestly, for everybody to honestly like buy some. Well, we could probably do this, manage this next time during our downtime, so we don't have to do this live on a episode. So let's just equip that stuff and then just spend what we can on our things. And if we want to upgrade our stuff, which I recommend it, because we're level 8 now, we should probably get runes on your armor so your AC is a bit higher, and also start getting other property rune stuff to be like, oh, like things are returning for your weapon if you don't have that, or other stuff that just neat stuff. So
did anyone, just so I'm clear, did anyone reduce the gold for the purchase of the clothing yet?
No,
Not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Okay, perfect. I will do some of that. I'm just clearing out some of that extra equipment and basically buying it all for you. So blah 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 blah.
Get rid of the staff too. Fucking zero gold
I'm just
staff.
selling a bunch of this stuff. I'm assuming nothing else in there is what you want to touch, so that's good by me.
Yeah.
And then I am going to.
We're being good RPG players, and we're saving all of our potions for the final boss.
Yeah.
Yeah, all of them.
And then we'll only use one of them, and then we'll just have a bunch of spare potions.
So,
Actually, here, let me make this easy on my brain.
Mr. Baldric,
yeah.
can I buy this toadstool teapot?
Sure.
Oran looks at his own money. I don't have any money. Can I clean up the house and broom it some stuff and do some chores for some money?
Yeah, absolutely. Sure. Clean up some of the damage that's been done. And he'll pass him the money needed to buy the funny teapot.
I want to buy a funny teapot.
All right, so we're gonna get the clothes
For
and
his
the
allowance.
teapot now.
I'm trying to like add a role play bit for us to bounce off as Thurston's doing stuff to fill in the dead.
We're gonna buy the clothes and now a teapot, so we really will be serving
Yeah.
tea.
True.
Hey, Mr. Blotus, could you get this delivered to Baldric's house?
You can't do that while Thurston is doing things.
Can you email it to this web
Okay,
zone?
since you're a member of the Five Guys Club, you do get discounted shipping costs.
Oh, nice.
All right. I have provided high fashion clothing to Baldric, to Oran, to Rehua, to, and I'll regret this later, Tannhauser.
You will.
And Vina doesn't need good clothing. Vina can just go in like scrubs, right?
Yeah, bro.
No.
I'm just going completely just completely nude.
Complete. What?
No.
That wasn't what I was saying at all. The fuck? All right. So with your purchases complete, you were all given fine tailored clothing, and now I'm going to let Odo ask the question that she said she was going to ask of everyone in the pre-show. Odo, I'm passing the GM stick off to you for a moment.
This is the most important part of any RPG, all right? What are your fancy party clothes? Describe them.
Who first?
I'm going first. The rest of you can figure this the fuck out.
Okay.
Good.
Baldric's clothes consist of a rather muted in terms of color, but rather well filigreed overcoat that also has a hood. He also has a pair of breeches that are, again, very well embroidered, and they have like this diamond pattern on them, diamond red and gold. And under the overcoat, he has a rather nice, what the hell is the word? What's the fucking puffy shirt that pirates wore? You know the one.
Poet shirt.
Yeah, that. Except that it is a dark red coloration, and he has some boots that go up to his knees. He is still wearing the helmet.
Okay.
You can see occasionally there are many pockets on his outfit, however, and he can very easily hide more throwables every which way around it. Underneath the puffy shirt, he still has on the breastplate, though.
His bulletproof vest under his suit.
I'll do Tannhauser next.
Oh boy.
Oh wow! And while he yawns, oh
As I
no!
yawn.
I'm so.
Well,
I'm so
really-
mundane. Now
Oh,
hear
yes.
my story.
How his feet. Oh, look at him. He's with his ruffled shirt. How quaint. Ah. No, but as impressed as I am,
Oh fuck!
unfortunately, Madehauser is not tenable because we have to be. And my original plan was to be Madehauser. But since we're wearing fancy clothes and we don't have to go incognito, instead, Tannhauser is wearing a gold overshirt with a gold vest underneath, both poxmarked with these beautiful embroiled and slightly bedazzled roses, a large puffy ascot, of course matching pants, and curls inlaid into his hair akin to a 17th century French nobleman. And as I describe this outfit to you, you may think, oh, that sounds partially familiar. And that's because we're going the whole Amadeus Mozart, baby. Go ahead and put that in chat. That's what we're looking like, baby.
I loathe you entirely.
Go ahead.
Oh my god.
Go ahead. Go ahead and show that Zoran the Bear.
Am I having to Google?
He put it in the chat.
I
Google.
put it in the
sorry.
chat, you lumpus.
You have to understand, I have all 3 of my monitors filled up with stuff. So, oh my fucking lord.
He's full streamer mode.
Oh man.
He has activated the streamer sensation.
You know, I don't understand. I have to get through so many fucking steps just to show one fucking image now.
Oh my god.
Yes.
The
Yes.
grim darkness of the far future.
This is a
Production
real
sorry.
XSplit moment.
Here, I have now showing it the chat.
Thank God.
Oh god! Wait.
This is the fit.
Oh, there it is. Yeah.
This
Okay.
is the way
Oh, yes.
forward.
Oh yes.
There it is.
Absolutely.
Beautiful.
Yep.
Gorgeous.
Gorgeous. Gorgeous.
Mm-hmm.
All right, that's it. That's the Tannhauser noble fit.
Okay.
Excellent.
So what's Rehua wearing?
Yeah,
Oh, thank you for volunteering me.
You're welcome. Have
You were
at it, man.
voluntold to provide it.
Yeah, this is for Odo's GMing class. So
Exactly.
So for Rehua's fit, given his theme as a cleric and the fact that he's in disguise right now as a human, Rehua's outfit is similar in structure to what one might see on a cardinal, like a member of the clergy, with the long, closed-up robe, the little, like... I'm not sure what kind of garb that is, like the little cape-like thing that goes over the shoulders, but kind of protruding because of his massive fucking shoulders. But on the fronts of them, on either side, little onyx brooches with small, I'd say, purple tassels coming down. The outfit itself is in whites and golds. And other than that, a few little pieces of costume jewelry. We aren't quite that bougie to have actual jewelry like that, but little anarchite fetishes around to kind of say, hey, I know my shit. I'm in this church, by the way. But alongside that, a Venetian-styled mask to cover up part of his face. Why he has that, I guess it kind of doesn't matter because it's not his actual face, but I feel like it adds to the mystery of this large, imposing bodyguard.
Hell yeah.
all worn by Chris Redfield. Very good.
The Pope Field.
I kept trying so hard to find a Google image the entire time, and I couldn't find it. But at least for Oran's outfit, it's going to be like people know how Viking tabards look like or so, and Viking cloaks. Basically, he's going to get something that has like nice embroidery on it, like onto the bottom bit, and for the waistband, he's going to take his scarf, his very long scarf that has all these different designs and things on it. He's going to wear it kind of like a belt. And he's gonna slide on that way, but he'll have also a shoulder cape, but instead of it being very plain, Oran, I would like to like potentially do like a nature check or do something druidic like to basically have like vines and flowers come up from it or so it looks like he's like having like this like beautiful kind of like flowery vineyard on his shoulder. And he will also come up to Vina and be like Miss Vina, could you help me with something?
Sure.
He'll open his hand up, and as he does so, his wooden hand will kind of start sprouting flowers or so. And Oran will go like, can you help put these in my hair and braid it up so it's all kind of contained? Because he'll put off his hood and you see he's just long, wild child, like cryptid like hair. You know, and he's like, can you help like pin it up and stuff? Like my mom used to do it, you know, whenever I was young, but I just need someone to kind of like braid it up and stuff where it's nice and, you know, and put some flowers in it.
Oh, of course. And I'm going to spend probably an inordinate amount of time just with a brush, just like trying to yank it through his wild child hair. Sorry, stop screaming. You're so tender-headed. I'm gonna, braid up the little flowers into his hair.
Yeah, so he's all flower braided, haired up and stuff. It's all kind of more contained and has the flower shoulder cape, and he's wearing just kind of like a nice maintained like linen Viking like tabard kind of thing, and with you know, like with some boots and just in some nice like tight leggings or so that go under the whole deal, and they'll kind of like make the fit basically at that point. That's the best way I can describe it.
That's awesome. I like it.
Excellent.
I dig.
Beautiful.
Majestic.
Yes. That would only leave myself. I would feel bad describing anything besides Titel's beautiful painting of Vina's formal wear. Because God, this painting's so pretty. So pretty. So yeah, I guess the Tutel did all the work for me.
Now describe my partner's fan art in excruciating detail to the audience.
I will. It is a beautiful sort of deep, just deep blue dress with these kind of puffed sleeves. It's got this, oh my God, what's the term for it? It's, the type of fabric. Oh my God,
It's like frilly fabric.
No, it's not necessarily frilly. It's a type of fabric.
I'll put the fan art on screen. Here we go.
Yes, the patterned fabric that's got these very subtle, kind of dark blue embroidery on this deep kind of sapphire blue dress, over which there is this purple and gold embroidered vest, a similarly filigreed corset of kind of a deeper, kind of almost black with the gold trim and gold threads on the front. Everything is trimmed in these sumptuous white ruffles. Underneath the dress, there is this very poofy white petticoat and a pair of high-heeled black boots. The sleeves poof out a bit and end in a little ruffle around the elbow. And my one amendment is that she would probably, somewhat begrudgingly, ditch the hat and instead would wear her hair in this kind of long, singular, thick braid with the feathers kind of stuck behind her ears. And of course, decked out in rings and piercings and all of that jazz.
Very nice, very nice.
Very fancy.
Wow. Yeah, nice dress.
Yeah, thanks, bro.
Yeah, no problem, bro. Fist bumps.
Want to go lift? Oh God! And then they go lifting all day.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, bro.
Work harder.
Brocade. That's what it's called. Brocade. Thank you, chat.
Oh gosh, that gives me flashbacks. That's a type of like network router in IT, and they're terrible. Sorry.
I keep thinking of the brocade vest from fucking Oblivion now. Thanks for reminding me to install Oblivion and play it again.
I put on my Colovian fur helm.
Well, that's our outfits, Thurston.
It is.
Yeah, draw them all right
is.
now. Chat.
Okay, yeah.
Right
Fan
now.
art, you're on this. All right, so with all of that you've now purchased, I want to note the effects of the clothing you've purchased. There's a mechanical benefit here, which I'm going to inform all of you of, because I don't know if Foundry will do it automatically. So, anytime you use diplomacy to make an impression, you get a +1 item bonus on the check. So.
Neato.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. All right. So, with all of that being said, it takes about the better part of the day to get everything, assembled. Somehow Blotus is, again, having read into your soul, Vina, and, perused the souls of the others in your party. You've got away with all of your wants from Blotus's fly merchant shop and managed to, sell off some equipment, return back to the People's Duplex where Crunch has been admittedly at work, doing a whole bunch of reshifting of various runes that you've been in possession of. I don't know how he would have upgraded Rehua's pick without Rehua being there, because the pick is part of Rehua. But we're just gonna say that that's a thing that happened, and Crunch was ready as soon as Rehua came back to begin applying magical runes to Rehua's arm. Along with that, the Frost rune has now been placed into your Rapier Volley, so that will be a change as well. And so, like, the vast majority of the day has gone by doing all of this, you know that the journey to reach this location in the Prince's Pilaster takes a bit of time, so you're going to have to head out, which you do. The location that is sort of marked, and you don't need to find you don't have to make a skill check or anything to find it. It's a 2-story structure that is rising up around one of the sort of outer edges of the Prince's Pilaster. It has a lovely overview of some of the city, and you can see it upon your approach. At this point, as you now are starting to see more of the Prince's Pilaster district here. I'm gonna bring us over. As you exit the ponds and come into the central area that is the Prince's Pilaster, the buildings here take on a much sort of higher state. There's a lot more, not I would say modern, but a lot more updated building styles and structures here. They are a lot more closely condensed together, as an example. And these buildings are all, again, just building off one another, constantly rising up around each other. You find yourself generally bereft of the Tyrant's Guild influence, where you might see the occasional abaser or troop in the Pond's Pilaster. They are nowhere to be seen here. Instead, what you tend to see more of walking through this district are the city's more trademark skeletal legionnaires, these mindless undead that are programmed but have existed since the time of the Prince's original conquest of the city. The kind of eternal remnants of his army who fell in battle or fell after they, after their conquest, reanimated and utilized as defenders. They maintain the peace here, and they take no interest in you as you travel through this area.
Nice.
So you carry on through seeing all of this. You eventually come to the structure of note. There are several of the skeletal legionnaires outside, and then there is a slight, not like a hunched fellow, but a kind of sort of well-dressed individual who is standing behind a small podium near the door, clearly doing list checks for invitations.
All right.
That is what you approach.
Well, guys, game face is on. Ready to socialize? This is going to be harder than anything we've ever fought.
Oran goes through different types of faces to find a game face.
You got it. I believe.
I somehow sincerely doubt this is any worse than the myriad fights we've had, but sure.
Then clearly you've never socialized with nobility.
Correct. I tend to not do that.
He pats a pocket where you remember him stuffing an alchemist fire.
All right. I'm going to approach the doorman and hold out our invitations. The 5 of us are together.
Let me look. Hmm.
Giving a winning smile.
Yeah, like looking down, looks back.
An award
Yes.
losing smile.
Yes.
Spampton.
I'm not rot 2 anymore, so I don't smile with my rot, like, dripping black.
Teeth. Yeah.
Looking like Tekashi 6ix9ine, but rotten.
True.
A Miss Vina and guests. Yes, very good. You will go in through the main door. He sort of waves. There is a set of large stairs that will lead up to the second floor. The display gallery will be on your door to the immediate left. There are a set of double doors that lead out to a balcony as well. There is a bar, complimentary drinks, and Mr. Declan gives you his esteemed regards for coming if he does not have the time to converse with you.
Thank you very kindly. All right, and I'm just going to shuffle right past him inside.
We're gonna go in. Unless there's anything else to see out front. Actually, I would like to take a quick perception if I can, Thurston.
Yeah, absolutely.
What is the state of the street surrounding us, and is this guy the only person out here? Like, is this really like a private party?
Yeah, you can give me a perception check for like more details, but you can like you can see around that there are citizens who are, you know, moving back and forth with a fair amount of like, you know, regularity, I'd say.
And we are where again? The princes?
The Princess Pilaster, the central pilaster, yes.
Well, works for me. Really low lately, 16.
16 is enough for you to sort of get what I just explained in terms of the number of people. However, you also get the impression that there's probably other defenses in play here based on like the type of event, or at least something that could come in relatively quickly. You're not able to pinpoint where that might come from, whether it's magical, whether it's, you know, they've rented a building two houses down and like a SWAT team can come out, but this certainly seems to be more like welcoming than you would expect.
Well, he hasn't been in the Princess Pilaster before, and frankly, it's way too clean for his liking. But we're here, I guess.
All right, so Vina, are you going to kind of lead the way in with you and your 4 companions?
Sure, I'll take point. I've got the highest charisma, I think.
Yeah, so there is a 20-foot wide staircase that leads up to a second floor of this structure. At this point, you can see that the floor here is entirely draped in red velvet carpet. There are plants that have been strategically placed around. There are massive sets of doors here. Again, like in some cases, we're talking like 25-foot wide doorways. They are utterly immense and gilded, and the ceiling on the second floor rises up probably 50 feet. It's incredibly impressive, and as you sort of enter, you can hear commotion coming from the west as you ascend these stairs. There are 2 sets of these large doors, both of which currently appear to be closed, one to the north, one to the northwest, and then further to the west you see another set of doors that are currently closed, and then the barest hint of an open doorway. I'm going to activate this. You should have vision on this scene that I'm giving you.
Oh.
And you are in the bottom right corner, and you can kind of see this impressive. And so I'm going to ping on the map again to the west here. There's sort of this open doorway that you kind of see the barest hint through, and you hear commotion and like chatting.
All right, so we check out the main room first, and then get a good look at whatever rooms he's keeping sealed off, huh?
Fine by me.
All right. And yeah, I'll go toward the open door first, where all the commotion's coming out of.
Feel free to maneuver yourself as appropriate.
There we go.
Yeah, it's just kind of nice in here for once.
All right, actually here. I'm going to strategically maneuver some of these tokens, mostly Oran. Okay. And heck,
Who's
we'll
that
move.
tree in our party? I only recognize Chris Redfield.
Okay. I know.
Excuse me,
sorry.
Vina Bean. You know my name is Chris Breadwood.
I see the motherfucker. I see that motherfucker playing the piano up there.
Okay.
Look at that motherfucker.
If I see that
right.
motherfucking cat one more fucking time.
All right, everyone. As you turn the path here, Vina, with your group, you come into a large, an impressively massive room. There are several things that strike out at you as you turn the corner and see all of this. First of all, Vina and several of the other party members. To your immediate right is a large floating double triangular, almost diamond-like shape. It seems to be a larger version of something you saw in the swamps of the Solitude. A larger version of one of the Vinku perfectites that floats in the corner of the room. Yeah, then there is a chest of ancient goods. In fact, you recognize this chest. In fact, most of you would. I think everyone but Rehua. As the same style that you found inside the Perfectite Cube in the swamp, specifically that sort of like Prince's Legion era equipment. Like this was one of those storage crates you saw there. Now, further up, there are several individuals. First of all, there's a large statue that appears to be something you've not seen. It looks to be some sort of like almost a silvery brass statue of a individual standing. It's incredibly large. Like we're talking, like probably 30 feet tall, if not more. And this statue has one person in front of it. The statue itself depicting someone in sort of some kind of foreign attire, and you're not too sure. You'd probably have to give me a society check, but we'll get to that. Kind of looking up at the statue is the same member of the Tyrant's Guild you saw in the Apple Cart Square, the Infilium, who stands there looking over this statue, and then like their head turns to see as you sort of all enter the gateway. There are no other members of the Tyrant's Guild here, but you see this Infilium who just turns. Their sort of golden armor and brown cloak with these sort of fur line and entirely like face covering mask turns to see you, and you recognize this figure from the Apple Cart Square. Then there is another individual who's at the bar who is currently you're not sure if it's a large dwarf or a small like human, but he definitely got like a lot of stature to him. This man with a backed white hair, big white beard, and a pair of spectacles. He is just giving this like raucous sort of description of some event. His hands are in the air. Then further down, there are other individuals, and you start to see various characters in here. So first of all, the individual that you see at the bar, I'm going to start sharing a bunch of art. So this is the white-haired individual. Oh. Then further down, just past the bar, there's a circular table in which there's a gaggle of what appear to be upper class notable nobles, but there is someone standing on the chair who is again also doing this extraneous display. It seems that this white-haired bearded man and this other individual might be having some like back and forth discussion, or not discussions, but like attempts to sway visitors and sort of the meandering crowd here. This is very clearly a gnome in one of the most ridiculous outfits you've seen. And he stands atop the chair with a cane, which he's waving around. And you just hear this high-pitched voice as you enter the room. And was the greatest discovery I made that week. Oh, but there were many other weeks, friends. As this gnome continues to discuss and speak. And then further, even at the far end of the room, taking up an entire couch by himself, leaning back in it, is someone talking to some almost like supplicant members of the crowd who've come to give praise. This person leans back, arms stretched, occupying the entirety of the couch. Even from the distance you are, possibly, oh gosh, what, like 50 feet away from the doorway. This individual is noticeable. Yeah, in fact, it's even a bit more than that. It's like 80 feet from where you are, particularly by his quadruple chin and the stubble he has as he is basking in everything going on.
Punchable man.
Punchable man.
Yeah, I'll click that so you don't do the other thing on exit. There we go.
Yeah, sorry. I can reshare that if, yeah.
I got you.
My bad. Yeah.
Oh no, car.
And that is the display you see.
Do we remember the name of the guy that we had to snag here?
Sandal Declan.
Sandal Declan, right. None of these guys seem to be Sandal, except for perhaps the man of many chins.
It's possible that that's our man. Might
the
as
only
well
way we're
look
gonna
and
find out is to schmooze.
Yeah.
Let's schmooze.
Yes.
Well, how are you approaching? You're all like, so you turn the doorway, you see all of these individuals. There's like a brief note from the Infilium who looks over at you. There's a brief note from the white-haired man at the bar. The ones further, the gnome and the and the man lounging on the couch don't really pay much heed to you or notice you. There are some, ancillary NPCs here for purposes of our session. Like, you can certainly like converse with them as necessary. But like they appear to be more like standard stock invitees. There is a bartender. There is someone at like a piano, a little cat boy at a piano. All sorts of individuals here.
I immediately start pummeling the cat boy. No.
Okay.
I use a barrage on the cat boy.
You will.
I pick him up and take him home.
Okay.
Pet cash.
80 feet away. Pet cash.
The hand comes down and I collect another member.
Baldric is gonna briefly address the group before we decide to go anywhere in here.
All right. So for once, we actually have a sort of common ground with whoever's around here. I don't predict any trouble, so why don't we just break it up, move around, see what we can learn. For once, idea. If anything goes wrong, someone will usually come to back us up, I think, in this case, rather than, it being a cover-blown situation.
What's our signal? Or, I need help.
Just a wave, I suppose, would be fine.
That'll work. All right, hands in. 1, 2, 3, hoorah.
As you go to all put your hands in, the door to your immediate west opens.
Ah!
And a figure stands there who you recognize of Dita Neeson, the explorator who you encountered in the Solitude. Her face lights up as she's now opened this like lesser doorway to your west, which behind it you can see a room that is filled with additional trinkets and treasures and other interesting baubles. There's also an older woman that is standing behind Dita, who has this like very stern look as she has turned away as Dita's left to see all of you, and like her eyes narrow. This kind of like not elderly but like older woman who certainly has some sort of noble affluence, and her eyes like steelily lock with all of yours for a moment. And then she goes back to looking over the goods, and like Dita in her comical, like marshmallow-esque, exploratory equipment raises her hands and goes, "Oh, my friends."
Eden
Oh.
Easton.
And
Oh.
I think with that, we'll take our break.
Yay!
All right.
Quick break.
All right.
Everybody go get your snacks and your finger food.
Yes, get your snacks and caress your
Snack
ringworm.
guys.
We will see you
Eat
guys
your
in a bit.
fingers.
I'm going to go pet Woody. He's small.
That's how I'm going to turn you all into dice.
Finally.
Yay!
I can't wait. I'm gonna roll so many natural 20s, bro.
I'm gonna roll so many ones, finally.
I want
So
like a
true.
jokey like illusion dice to where you look at it and it's all natural 20s, but every time you roll it, it shifts and turns into 1. Like no matter whatever the top one is, like something flips it so it turns into a 1.
Oh no, tournament organizer. Those are my gaslighting dice.
God, it wouldn't be so sad if that hadn't happened in the last few months with an Eldar player at a tournament. And then
Really?
Oh, yeah,
Gaslighting
yeah, yeah.
dice?
Oh, like, well, no. This Eldar player went to some like big tournament. I think it was at Wayland Games, where they like used fixed dice, even though Eldar are like still are obscenely fucking broken in 40K. When he was called out, he tried flushing them down the toilet.
Oh,
but
yeah, I
it
saw
didn't
that.
work. Yeah, and
Oh my
so
God.
the store fished the dice out because, of course, you don't flush dice down toilets, and then they framed them because they're like, well, if we're gonna be known for something, might
Framed them?
yes.
I just want a
Might as
picture
well
of
be
a
the toilet
guy
dice.
with a fishnet getting dice out of the toilet and is doing a thumbs up. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
Also, I
You
just
gotta do what you
noticed
gotta do.
Rehua's
Sorry.
name in the in the foundry. Crisp Redwood.
Perfect.
It means
I wasn't
something.
kidding.
Yeah.
But we are back in. Some people have noticed us, Thurston.
Oh yes. Okay. So I believe now the Dita had come out and is like very, very excited. I do want to take a step back and sort of explain mechanically what's about to happen here for you and our audience. So we have a situation where there are a lot of NPCs, a lot of like characters. For again, ease of gameplay, what I've done is anyone who is sort of a notable individual, I will be you know what? I'm going to do this for all of them now. I'm going to be marking the sort of notable individuals who may or may not also be the people who have, color backgrounds. But also I'm going to give them health bars. So if you see health bars, it doesn't really mean anything. But if you start seeing health bars in some of these, I'm going to be turning them on. That will be someone who you can go and influence. So in this case, there is the sort of stern woman in the room next to you that Dita's just come out of. There's the Infilium. There is the man with the white beard. There is the gnome. There is the multi-chinned fellow. All that being said, how this works is this uses the influence subsystem in Pathfinder, which is a way for you all to kind of not like just make a diplomacy check and you make them like you and you get everything. This is done in a series of rounds. So in this case, rounds here are going to be done over the course of roughly 15-minute intervals. During these rounds, you can take one of two special actions. You can take the influence action or the discover action. The influence action is you're just going to try to make a favorable impression on one of the NPCs in here. So what this will mean is you choose one of the NPCs, you attempt a skill check to impress them. DC, all that is going to be, in a stat block that I have for them. Very simple mechanics here. If you succeed, you get an influence point with the NPC. If you crit succeed, you get 2 influence. If you fail, you get none. And if you crit fail, you actually lose influence. Influence is a party thing. So this represents like your party's influence with the individuals here. As you get more points, you might unlock some perks or get some more information or learn important things. The second action, aside from influencing, is discovery, or just the discover action, which is you can spend your social round basically studying an NPC, so you might not be directly interacting with them, but you'll be studying them. This can be a variety of skills, typically perception, but you can use other ones, and I'll let you know like what's appropriate. And based on that, you then will learn information about that NPC. That sort of information can be really important for doing influencing. So, for example, if you just go up to someone and try to influence them with a skill, you might go, oh yeah, I'm gonna use lore bread making on the Infilium. Well, that might not work. But if you spend some time discovering, you might learn what skills are gonna be like particularly valid in dealing with them. So that's the sort of subsystem we're going to use here. This is going to be the start of you influencing some of these individuals. This is all done like on a per player basis. There's no like rounds here or anything like that. So I'm just going to kind of go in order to sort of represent how you'll break up. Certainly I'm going to give you some time here to talk to Dita before you maybe break up and go around. But just think about maybe what you're going to want to spend some of these social rounds doing. But before we jump in, yeah, you've seen the door open beside you. Dita Neeson is there in her marshmallow explorer's attire and her like sort of arms wide and like, oh, hello.
Surprised to see you here, but I guess I really shouldn't be. Good to see you made it out of the swamp, all right. How you feeling?
Oh, very good. If everything went well. She's
Is she
smiling.
Oh.
She's no. She's smiling, just kind of like, oh yeah, everything went well, like yay.
Oran like to learn her demeanor to basically see if she is too nervous to say more or not.
Sure, give me a perception check.
Excellent.
See with your eyes.
Oran rolled a 3 for 19 total.
She's being like pretty cordial, and you know that social gatherings are probably not her forte, based on the marshmallow suit that she's wearing here. How about you? Did you find everything out in the solitude that you wanted to?
Yeah, more or less. Lots of very interesting stuff out there, and we got our business all tended to. So, you regular around these parts, or is this kind of a new thing for you?
Oh, well, I was coming here to... And the old lady, like, turns back around. Could you please have your conversation outside? Oh, sorry. And Dita kind of, like, nods. My apologies, Miss Brookmeyer. And, like, comes and, like, closes the door behind her. Oh, sorry about that.
What's her problem?
She likes to look over all of the objects we've brought back.
Mind explaining who that is?
Well, her name is Miss Brookmeyer. She's a member of the Assembly. Very, very influential person. I don't know much more about her, really. Has a taste for old relics and artifacts like the ones that we brought from the Perfectite siege tower to here.
I can see that. Baldric is just looking through the door at
the ominous,
shape.
like, floating Perfectite thing.
Shape!
You
Yes.
made sure that's dormant, right?
Oh, yes, we're mostly sure.
Mostly. All right. Well, I guess we know what our plan B is if things get really violent. We just turn it on.
Bad idea, don't do that.
That's a horrible idea.
Yeah, Rehua's like, we will not use my mortal enemy as.
Well, I think we've spent enough time sitting in the doorway. Shall we man out?
Right. Dita, are you familiar with Sandal Declan?
Oh, he purchased many of the goods from BMF.
Ah, okay. Could you point him out in the crowd here? I'm afraid we're not acquainted.
Oh, yes. And, like, she immediately points to the person lounging on the couch.
Largeman.
Largeman.
Ah. She nods. Be careful. He's very rude and doesn't like talking.
Doesn't like talking. You'd think for a man who's willing to throw a big salon party about his latest purchases would want to talk all about them.
Vina, give me a perception check.
All right.
I think his stance is more of, I just wanted to see how fucking rich I am.
That is going to be a 22.
Vina, you're like, you realize, conventionally, Dita's not the most attractive woman. Not really, like, super attractive. So when this person doesn't want to talk to her, you're immediately piecing together the reasons why.
Oh. He's a dickhead. Okay. Well, that at least gives us our game plan with him. So, anything else we should know before we go inside?
Just that it's good to see you all again. I hope to see you when I get back from my next expedition.
Where are you off to?
Oh, out east. There's some mines out by the cliff faces. They say they've maybe found something there.
Oh. Well, good luck, Dita. I hope it's as successful an expedition as this one was. And, if there's nothing else we should know, it was great to see you.
Oh, yes.
Not gonna stay and party?
Oh, no, we're getting ready to leave tomorrow. We're going into the Earthen Sepulchre. And, like, she nods very excited. I've never been. I got a light and, like, presses, like, a little, like, thing on the side of her goggles that emits a bit of light.
The Earthen Sepulchre. That was the place we fell into in the first session, right?
No. Give me nature if you got it.
Well, I am something of a nature boy.
Yeah. I want to be closer to your mic, speaker.
That might be possible. Am I better now?
Yes, thank you.
All right, great. And that is a rollicking 15.
We're rolling low today.
I mean, I just have +2 to my check. I roll with her.
Yeah. The Earthen Sepulchre, like, a 15's enough for you to know, like, the name. Like, that would be the equivalent of, like, the subterranean realm, the dark that is under the earth, the lands that are dark, the underground realm.
I wonder what sort of things exist underground in Outset. Do you have as many priests as we do in the Inheritor lands?
I think so. Where I'm going, though, it's not in Outset, it's out east.
I see. Well,
The underground here is just the buried city.
Ah, yes, the buried city. Well, I wish you safe travels.
And you have fun at the party. And she, like, does the best she can do to wave, and then you kind of see her, like, marshmallow waddle off.
Wait, hold on, Dito. One more thing.
Oh. Turn
I'm
like
gonna-
the most like storied turn, and it's not that she's overweight, by the way. This is just like her outfit is ridiculous.
Very large.
She is very
Michelin
padded. You can roll her
Yes.
down the stairs
The
and she would be
Michelin
fine.
woman, yes.
I'm gonna lean in, I'm gonna snatch a glass of champagne off of the nearest table and I'm going to hand it to her. You definitely need this. Take it.
Oh, okay, thank you. She tries to bring her hand to her
Yeah, I was
mouth.
gonna say, are her arms too puffed out when she can't bend them?
Yeah, exactly. Like the glass is like shaking off.
Yeah, so she has to like waddle and balance the glass now. Now she's having more of a struggle.
Oh no! Oh god. Oh, I didn't think this one through.
She gets like a quarter of it in her mouth. Most of the rest is like dribbled down the front. Oh, thank you. She smiles. This is fun. We should do this again. And she turns and like, I've got to go now.
Go on. We got our own stuff to do.
I wish nothing but happiness and joy for Dita Neeson.
Well, knowing Outset, she's not likely to find much of either.
Well, she's going to the Earthen Sepulchre, so hey, you know, maybe she'll find her happiness deep underground.
Maybe so. On to the party.
On to the party. All right, before we go in, game plan. Who wants to talk to who?
You see fear in Oran's eyes. He doesn't want to talk to any of them.
Well, I happen to remember some tricks that I learned back when I went to college, so I could probably hang out at the bar.
Very nice. You didn't tell me you were a mixologist.
Well, listen, the best thing you have to understand is that alchemy and drink mixing, although the outcome is mostly different, you know, at the end of the day, it's a matter of balancing. It's a matter of getting everything exactly right. You know, the difference is, I think, in mixology, it's a bit, you know, more safe to drink the outcome.
Baldric, in this moment, I think I'm the closest to you that I've ever been.
Uh-huh.
He's
Anyway.
very skeptical because he can't just he can't make a rum cocktail composed of rum, Tabasco, salt, rum.
Sure you could.
mean, who says? Yeah.
You're telling the functional alcoholic that you can't.
Exactly. Anyway, what were you saying, Tanny?
I was saying, Vina, that disgusting man in the corner is likely to attempt to flirt with whoever goes and speaks to him. I was considering introducing terror into his life.
Terror step 2.
Why can't it be step 1 as well?
No, if he's our target, I definitely want to get him talking first, see if he lets anything slip. And then, afterward, we put the fear of the old gods in him.
Very well. I'll allow you to assign me to whichever reprobate you think my skills most amenable towards.
Oh, I'm assigning you. Well, you're something of an arcanist yourself. I think that the very magical-looking dwarf over there might take to you.
I'm sure we'll have a lot in common.
Wait, the dwarf or the gnome?
The gnome!
The gnome, okay.
Because, yeah, Baldric's going to the bar. I'm gonna go talk to, Mr. Sandal.
Baldric's at the bar.
Tannhauser's over here now.
Vina's going there, too. All right, that leaves Rehua and Oran.
Who wants to talk to the Pope Cop?
Please talk to that fucker and be like, "Oh, hello. Aren't you wanted?" No.
No, dearie.
And remember, like, on top of who you're going to interact with, there is the choice of discovery and influence, right? So.
I'll have to ask, does anyone want Oran to basically be the wallflower who's just gonna look at their dude and give signals of like, hey? If not, Oran's just gonna wallflower somewhere. And let everyone else do that, because Oran is not built for the talking game. He will blurt out.
Dog, same.
Like me and Rehua are not.
I can intimidate. That is all I can do.
So I would ask that you please just do something that's not going to make everything worse. So don't try to pickpocket the cop.
Hey, Oran.
Yeah.
You want to go pickpocket the cop?
Will that help?
No, it might be funny.
Okay.
Can I roll to throw an alchemist fire at them?
Alrighty, terrorism has begun.
Thurston, I would like to make a narrative declaration to take triple damage because I'm made of wood.
All right, Alpha Musa.
I would like to die instantly and get rotten 4.
So true.
Anyway.
Okay.
Now you're Chris right now, bro. You'd catch it and drink it.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. So,
all right, okay.
What Oran will do is that he will he'll enter the room, and then he's immediately gonna beeline to this blank because the only thing that looks like nature, and he will just keep an eye on everything. He's just gonna
You have to pick one person to focus on if you're gonna like discover, basically.
Okay, I will. I think Vina's in the most danger of things, so he'll pay attention to the Vina situation. So he'll just kind of like wallflower over this way.
Okay.
And be back up.
Cool.
He'll sit in this ottoman-looking thing.
Yeah, sure. Okay, and then Rehua, you're going over by the Infilium.
Yes, I'm gonna go to the Infilium and marvel at the statue.
Okay.
He's
So
trying very hard not to look at the diamond.
I'm gonna go through. Yeah, yes. I'm gonna go through everyone really quick. So I think Oran, it's safe to say you're going to do discovery.
Yes.
Vina, are you going to like sit back and do discovery first, or are you just gonna dive right into conversation with this man and try to influence him?
I'll sit back and listen to him talk first before I jump in. So I'll do discovery.
Perfect. Okay. Rehua, are you like going to engage in conversation, or are you doing discovery as well?
I'll attempt discovery.
Okay, perfect. Tannhauser, as you approach the gnome, are you discovering, or are you just immediately going into conversation?
I will discover.
Okay, excellent. And Baldric.
He's dead.
He's dead. Earndil is
Sorry, I think
exploded.
my internet cut out there for a second. Go ahead. I heard you guys for a moment, and then I was like, oh.
Yeah. Okay. So Earndil, when you approach the bar with this white bearded individual, are you going to do discovery to kind of like learn more about them and their preferences and study them for a bit, or are you going to go into conversation?
Yeah, he's gonna listen in and approach at a reasonable pace, but he's gonna get the gist of whatever the end of the conversation is as best he can.
All right. This sounds great, everybody. I'm gonna pull up my long list of fun things here. All right. So, discovery for Vina and Oran. We'll start. Actually, no. You know what? We're gonna do this. Everyone roll just a d20 for me, please.
Okay.
Oh dear.
Okay.
We got social initiative.
Oran rolled a 15.
Or who rolled a 15 as well?
I got a 16, guys. Step back.
I'm sorry, I got a 7. I was looking at the wrong
Hold on
die.
there, Sweaty.
I got a 13.
All right, so we are going to start this off with Tannhauser. Tannhauser, you approach this table where this gnome is standing atop a chair, waving around a cane, just giving almost a physical performance as much as a verbal one to like a group of enraptured socialites and elites here. And as you approach, I'm just gonna share that again. You're taking some opportunity to sort of assess the situation. You're doing some discovery here. So, based off of this, there are 2 options that I will give you check-wise. You can give me a perception or a society check, your choice.
I would love to give you a society check.
Absolutely.
Society. Friday. Haha! Check it. 3. I'll use a hero point for that.
You gonna use a hero point for that? Perfect.
Yeah. Much better. That's a 26.
Okay, so you come up, and this gnome is again standing atop his chair. Now, for the next month, what I did was I traveled into the wilds of the world, where I learned all about the rot. And you see, the rot is just like any other medical malady that can be cured, and I, Punkelcomp the Great, will do it. Now, you see, my plan is a multi-step process in which what we're going to do is we're going to learn about the rot, and we are going to begin the excisement of this malady from our entire civilization. Step 1 involves getting funds, and we're getting there, and with your help we're gonna get there faster. And this is like the level of energy this little gnome is putting out here. And what you are able to tell, just from listening, is that this individual, and I'm gonna, along with your discovery, this also sort of indicates some of your knowledge, is kind of like almost like a new celebrity coming out of the Medics Guild, specifically specializing in the field of the rot and combating the rot with like medicinal curatives and alchemicals. You do pass your discovery check here. Thankfully you rerolled, so good on you. You can choose one of the following. You can learn which skill can influence this NPC and has the lowest DC. You can learn one of this NPC's personal biases, one of their resistances, or one of their weaknesses. The idea is that biases are, things that could cause them to have problems in conversation. Resistances are things like if you take this type of approach in a conversation, it might backfire. And weaknesses are if you take this type of approach in a conversation, they'll be susceptible to it. You can also just say like, hey, what's the lowest DC skill? And then if you say did discovery again, you could learn more of those skills.
Okay, that sounds good. In that case, I will ask for one of their weaknesses.
Okay. So the Great Ponkel Compt, as you listen, their weakness seems to be acknowledging their understanding of medicine and their specific understanding of the rot. As you're listening more to this diatribe that's coming out, you're realizing that they're doing it almost as like a performance, more than like a medical dissertation. And they just they seem to react positively when people clap or give that kind of oh yeah, you're right. Affirmation whenever they start to talk about any sort of specifics related to medical or rot related stuff.
Okay, cool.
And this carries on. All right, so with that, we're going to switch over to Oran and Vina together. So a few things happen. Oran, you come and you sit down. As you do, and Vina, as you approach, you can see that there are these nobles who are present around the man that you have now had identified as Sandal Decland, but also there is a figure sort of standing behind the couch, like a cat folk who has almost a cheetah-esque striping. They're garbed in leather armor. They seem to have weapons. They're very clearly a bodyguard of some type, with sheathed knives, and they sort of sit semi-imposing, kind of imposingly, but behind this individual, some sort of hired bodyguard. And yeah, so as both of you approach, you kind of notice this. Now, I am going to make a roll that could change some things in this situation. Excellent. I rolled for Tannhauser, apparently.
Tannhauser!
Tannhauser rolls a 17. Okay.
Finally.
Yeah. So you take all of this in, and as you sort of see all of this, Vina, you recognize that as you're approaching, this person is this Sandal Decland, takes immediate note of you. Just sees you and definitely their attention is now distracted. Oran
off of Riverwood looking ass.
Yeah,
You got Jabba here.
Yeah, you see this this as well. But then he kind of snaps out of it a bit. and like goes back to conversing with the folks here. I am going to, for your checks, and this will sort of frame what happens with this lovely individual who we'll surely learn more of. I will give you an opportunity, both of you, for your discovery to pick either perception, society, or underworld lore.
Ooh, I've got perception, society, or underworld lore.
Yeah.
I will do perception.
I'm not telling
there-
you the DCs of those.
Okay. Do I get a sense that any of them might be higher? Because I do have underworld lore, and that is one thing. Because I know Oran has a really good perception, so I might cover my bases on that. Is that what you're thinking, Zoran?
Yes, I'm going to do perception.
All right. I'll do underworld lore then.
All right, both of you give me a check.
I'm not a very learned woman, but it's a skill I have.
Oran rolled a 19 for a total of 35.
That's a 12. Do I want to re-roll that?
Yeah, it's a note for chat and viewers that might not notice the hero point bars change and numbers go down. The program crashed in the background, so sorry for that.
Oh no.
Yeah, so just for players, mentally keep account of that, please.
Yeah. Right now I believe I have one.
You have
hero point?
one.
Yeah. I have one. Okay. I feel like I should save that for a role where I'm actually talking to him, so I'll just take it on the chin.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to, again, before we get into this, I'm going to ask Oran, what piece of information with a 35, you might even, in fact, that might be 35. Yeah, that is in fact a critical success, my friend.
Okay.
Which means you can ask me two of those options. So you could like ask me again, just a reminder. You can like ask me, what skill you can use to influence this NPC that has like the lowest DC. But because you crit, you could ask that twice and be like, oh, it would be this, and then the next highest DC is this. Or you could ask about their biases, resistances, or weaknesses, and like you basically get two of those. So you can ask me any two of those as you're sitting down, like watching this individual.
Yeah. What basically knowledge-based skill that would be best in this? That would be the lowest DC that would help Vina out.
Okay. So as you're like sussing out, you're gonna learn that the two best things to use against this individual. Like you want both of the two lowest sort of thing?
No, that's my first question. The other question I'm gonna have is basically sometimes the people who are getting influenced or so might be more susceptible and kind of change their things to where if a certain condition is met, like some people like, I love it when I'm pandered, or I love it when someone has authority or like knows what they're doing. Yeah. That's going to be
so
my
you're going to go for
question.
weaknesses. Okay. Yes. So the easiest skill to use to influence Sandal Declan is underworld lore, specifically in bringing up like his seedier, dirtier connections in Outset. His weakness is that you get this air as soon as you sit down and start watching him converse with people. This man is incredibly vain. If anyone shows deference to him and like builds him up as being great, that will actually reduce the DC of their influence checks.
Cool. Awesome. I would like to at least kind of like side along by Vina, or as I'm seeing Vina potentially just scoping him out as well, or we'll just kind of do a pass or so by her and just kind of give her this information, going like, yeah, he's a fucking asshole who's full of himself. Like talk about his crime stuff. Gotcha. And you're trying to like that, and then kind of like stand over here on the other side and just kind of enjoy the piano playing. And also, is this door on the top right meant to be open, or is it good?
It is.
And Oran will stand up here and notice the balcony on the outside and kind of take a peeper at it, but try not to take too much of notice, as most of his focus is on
Give me a will
Vina.
save.
Oh, cool.
A will save?
Yeah.
The phone's dead. Will.
Oran rolled a 4 for a total of 20.
You have like this slight panic attack that takes over you as you look out, like passing by Vina and then kind of going to the base of this sort of like raised dais where the piano is. You see this door that leads out to a balcony, and at the far end of the balcony, standing at the very edge, is a figure who looks down over the city, and almost like once you make eye contact with their back, they turn, and you just have this awful flashback. You see this individual with long flowing red hair, a glow like an imperial royal purple cape, and he clutches onto a like jeweled scepter. And the reason you're like taken aback is the last time you encountered this person, there was a chainsaw car involved.
Ah, this asshole. He ran us over.
Man, we got the congregation of the worst dudes in Outset here.
And so you have this like moment. And Vina, you would see this, but at that exact moment, the quadruple chin man, Sandal Declan, finally turns towards you and is like, well, hello, Blue Sunrise.
Oh, God.
Hi. Pardon me, I hope I'm not interrupting anything.
That's the most
I was just listening in.
service high.
Not
I've
at
ever
all.
heard.
Not at all. Oh my,
Customer
you.
service high.
Yeah.
Oh.
Sorry, Thurston, go ahead.
Nightmare.
You, well, you're a sight here, and we have a tree over there. And he points to Rehua by the statue briefly.
We have a tree.
He sure is a big man, isn't he?
Yeah. So, what could I help you with?
Oh, no, I was just listening to you talk about yourself. You know, you're a very interesting individual. You tell a hell of a story. I wanted to peek in, see if I could catch some.
The many folds of his chin compress more as he smiles widely. You know what? Just for you, if you want to hear some stories, he scooches over and then begins patting the cushion of the couch next to it, like on the couch, like, come sit with me.
Oh,
I'm going to sit next to this man.
Excellent.
And I'm going to put my rapier kind of in the space between us.
We will return to this in a moment. Next up in our initiative order of round 1 was Baldric Weathers. So Baldric, you come to the bar. Where are you going to sit where you are? I just kind of moved you there. If you want to put yourself where you want to be.
he's probably gonna be on the other side, just like maybe over here.
Sweet. And so yeah, you come and you sit down. And you sit down to this white bearded man talking to some, it's specifically like the bartender, but then like looking over like knowingly at other people sitting at the bar who are waiting for their drink, like they aren't actively staying, like some of them are just coming and going. And this individual like just looks and he's like, you know, I may be a lot overweight, but you know, I work 14, 16 hours a day. It's tough when you meet.
Is anyone listening to him?
Like the bartender's giving like the occasional nod. And like you've now like sort of entered. Are you getting a drink or anything? Like
He'll flag her down and more or less ask what's available for both eating and drinking.
Yeah, and she like provides some like various little like, you know, boards of like charcuterie cheeses. There's like a lovely little sampling of desserts in front of you, and then there's all sorts of like liquor behind. And like as she comes and is sort of taking this order, this fellow is now like leaning over towards you. All right, for this particular individual, there are 3 skills, Baldric, that you may utilize here for your discovery. I will allow perception, society, or farmer lore.
Well, I don't have farmer lore, and my perception is not particularly impressive, so I'm gonna do society.
Okay.
And hope I roll higher than before. 23 enough?
Not quite. You're kind of like this person is like very familiar to you, but you can't quite place it.
Remind me what I can do with a hero point again, please, because I know we can re-roll and take the new roll. What else can I do with this?
You can also use it to stabilize in combat and come back into the fight.
Okay, that's not terribly useful.
Okay.
But
Nothing
those
that
are
will
the
help
two
you
uses.
here.
Yeah.
Okay. In that case, I will just take that one for now, but not Baldric will more or less give the man his attention as he is going over the various things available, like the various cheeses and breads and whatnot. He'll get a slice of bread with some cheese and an onion on it, sure. A slice of onion. Fuck it.
He like at this point, as you're sort of going over the cheeses, he leans over, kind of like past the person who's between you, who now awkwardly receives their drink and like rushes away.
I shall move into that spot so we can be less awkward.
And as you do so, like this man leans over and he's like, "Oh yeah, everything on that plate there, fucking perfect, except for the truffles. Don't do the truffle. Don't like 'em."
Not a truffle man.
Not a truffle. I'm a sausage man. Made my life on sausages. You probably eat my sausage every day. See what I did there?
Okay, so he is a butcher then.
He has that energy, certainly.
Terrific.
Well, if you don't mind me asking, who am I speaking with?
You don't know me? You like literally like bashes his chest momentarily. You don't know me?
Sorry, been out of town for a while. Lost a lot of faces in my mind.
Oh, that's okay. I'm Morhel Palm, head of the Farmers Guild. Pleasure to meet you. Sticks out like this grimy hand towards you.
Now that I have a name, can I try that society again to see if
I will give you a follow-up now that you've heard the name.
The fight in Earndil's defense. Earndil, do you have any cooking lore or anything?
I got crafting and I got well seasoned, but I don't know how much that'll roll.
Okay, never mind. Because I was gonna say like cooks and chefs and stuff would be really have a good relationship with farmers.
Unless Thurston wants to let me try an improved check because I have seasoned.
That's why I'm gonna let you make this second society check.
All right, let's see if it's any better if I learn less. I do way better and get a 32.
Morhel Palm. The name like hits you. Morhel Palm is the head of the Farmers Guild. He represents the Farmers Guild on the assembly for the city of Outset. Once again, you have a success. You can ask me one. It wasn't a critical success, but you can ask me one, like either again his personal biases, his resistances, his weaknesses in conversation, or what skill would be best to influence him with.
Suppose I'll ask, this guy like drinks?
Very, very likely, yes, he does. But for like mechanical purposes, because like I can tell you he likes drinks, but I kind of want to give you like which of those things you want to suss a bit more of, so you have a defined advantage.
All right, so I guess my question could be, might I use a crafting check coupled with season to maybe do something for him if I can get the bartender's permission?
You could tell that he would definitely be influenced by good quality craftsmanship and crafting, especially for like foods and foodstuffs.
Very good.
And he again sort of just like kind of does another little like chest bounce. You know, I come from all over the town. I work hard. I get my sausages everywhere. They're great.
Oh, yeah, now I recognize you. Yeah, you're the one who's got his name blasted all over those little chestnut-sized sausages everyone hooks in the ponds.
That's right. That's everywhere. You know, I come from Rooks, right? So it's tough, but they say that anyone can make sausage, but only a true Rooks artist can make great sausage. You and me are gonna be friends. And he pulls up beside you.
Good, great.
Whatever Bucket Boy wants, we're gonna drink.
He's gonna try and flag the bartender down, and he's gonna just kind of like lean over to them and be kind of like,
I got a question. Mind if I do any drink mixing here?
Like, the bartender, like, looks around at everyone here and just shrugs, like, I'm getting paid, whatever, everything here's free anyways.
nice.
All right, and with that, we will cut over to Treeman. Chris Redwood, Rehua. So you are standing by this statue, and you have the Infilium who is sort of gazing up at it. You come by, and there's like the slightest nod, and then like not nod, maybe more like a head glance, like the mask turns towards you briefly, and then it goes back to looking at the statue. You said you were going to do discovery on this individual.
Yes.
In this case, the skills you can utilize here that I will offer you are Underworld Lore, Perception, or Religion.
Let's see, I'll go with religion.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hey, 32.
All right. So once again, you may ask me about like skills to influence this individual. You may ask me about their resistances, their biases in conversation, whatever you would like to know, and then we will get into sort of how they react as you approach.
Let me find out a bit more about how to get on their good side.
Okay, so you want to know like what skill will be like?
Yeah, well, what skill would probably be best for it to deal with the person?
Okay. This individual clearly respects strength. So conviction in oneself, in a weird way, this person is going to be best influenced by intimidation.
Excellent.
Now, as you approach and sort of begin sussing, like this individual's like turns. Ah, I see. Have you come to spy on me?
Hardly. I've hardly come to spy on you. I was just admiring the handiwork that went into this statue. It seems as though whoever sculpted this piece really does command their craft well. I have an artisan's eye. Not that I would convey that at all, but I can tell they understand the meaning behind what they mean to make. I take it you understand?
Apt word choice, considering I have only seen you with one eye before this charade.
Well, it should be good to know that there is no need for introductions then. But I can tell someone of your stature, at the very least, can appreciate work of this kind, one who truly understands what they do and values that.
Do you know who the statue is of?
My history's a little rusty, but...
Give me a society check, please, Hulkster.
All right, my +0 to come in a bear.
Yeah.
Oh,
Heck
let's
yeah,
see.
Here we go.
It's an 11.
You have no idea who this statue is. Like, none.
I don't think I want to hero point this just because I mean my tendency is to roll words and it's a +0. You know, I can't say I recognize it from this angle.
It is one of the merchant lords of the distant, forgotten nation state of Ayada of Quanxia. This merchant lord sold his citizens into servitude for many years, selling their works and toil to other nations until other nations realized there were several generations of the city-state in debt.
Now, why would someone go out of their way to sell their own people as slavery to another? Surely they would have put them to use in improving their own land.
Not slavery. They sold their works and sold their efforts. They outsourced their entire nation's work for the creation of others. Their nation declined as a result. Imagine, if you will, a city where all of the industry exported outside, where all of the art was sent outside, purchased by others. Do you know the irony of it, though?
Do tell.
This statue. It depicts the merchant king of that time in his greatest, most illustrious form. The citizens made it for him out of adoration for him, not knowing that in time, when he was old and frail and barely clinging to any sort of notion of mental health, that they would all have nothing. They venerated him as he sold them out. And by the time they realized it, he had no life left to care about.
It is a shame, then, that they lived and died by their own conviction. The work of generations of artisans, all, in one way or another, a beast of no nation. What could have been something that kept to themselves and made them a beacon among their peers was claimed, sold off, auctioned, until there was little of worth to speak of. But all the same, they never lost sight of it, even if it was their own ruin. It's a kind of conviction you don't often see amongst too many people these days, not of any repute, eh?
Alright, I want everyone to roll me a d20 again, please.
You got it. Time to throw that dodecahedron.
Let's get it.
Ooh, 19! Ooh!
Natural 20?
17.
Okay.
Oran
Tannhauser
17.
won.
Why is this the one where I get a nat 20?
Because life is pain, I hate.
Because with that nat 20...
I had to go first.
Yeah, don't be shy. I like sharing. You know, I'm a sharing kind of guy.
Can I get a speaker's roll?
No.
Speaker, you're muted, brother.
Vina, you have an option. You can continue discovering, or you could try to influence this individual now that you know a bit about them.
Okay. Well, I think first and foremost, I'm going to spend one round just kind of gassing him up and making it to where he would be more inclined to just drop sensitive information with, like, no pushback. So I'm going to sit and listen to his story, and I'm going to try to look so engaged. I'm going to try to look up and just be like, wow, this is the coolest shit I've ever heard in my life. Just like nodding along and just, oh, wow, you don't say. Can you tell me more?
Okay, so so you're going to kind of do more like light discovery here, like sussing him out just a bit more.
Yeah, I more want to just start ingratiating myself, kind of really just gas him up, make him think very, very highly of me, or at the very least, make him want to continue spilling his secrets to me.
Okay, so if you're like looking to start the let's pump him for information and let's get him like going in that, like that's kind of what this influence system is about, right? So if you're wanting to go that and like get secrets spilled, that's where you got to start making those influence tests.
All right,
and basically be like, yeah. All right, so what skill would you like to use to influence him?
I would like to use deception. I would like to just sort of flatter him endlessly.
Oh yeah. All right, roll it up.
Alrighty. And I don't think my lie to me feat comes here.
One.
Oh, don't manifest that.
Natural one.
Natural one. Natural one.
Natural
one. Natural one. No natural one. No natural one. No human.
Don't manifest that, you.
Oh, it's always
low, but
19. Oh, do I want to?
Hard to roll much lower.
Yeah.
It is hard to roll much lower, but not impossible.
You have at best a 10% chance to roll lower, I think.
Yeah. It's important. I don't think the DC is particularly high, but I would like to edge it over 20.
Also, I think the big bars are working again. So thank you, Sonosu, for helping fix that. So you should have one left.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna hero point it. I don't know if I'm going to regret that, but here we go.
It's
a 20. Hey, I got to a 20. It got to a 20, and that's a better threshold. You know what? Sure.
Oy.
Okay. So you sit down and like I just assume it's like big smile and nodding as he's talking.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So gonna have this big construction done for me. I'm so excited. It's gonna be the biggest, best, fastest, most luxurious. Turns to you. Did I mention biggest airship?
Really? Can you tell me what color it's going to be?
Oh, I haven't decided yet. You know, there's all sorts of paints and shit I could put on it.
Right, well, where I'm from, airships are really important to my people and my culture. Could you make it blue for me? It would be beautiful.
You like blue.
But what's your favorite color?
You.
Something we have in common.
I'm gonna make you hate this man so much.
My hand is twitching on the initiative roll.
My favorite color.
Don't worry. His hand is edging towards your thigh. Keep going.
My mama said I gotta go home right now immediately.
My mom's
All right, goodbye, speaker. Enjoy being in
She wants
house.
the show.
Well, tell me more about this airship's construction. What
Oh yeah, we used wood on it.
Wood?
Great wood.
Oh,
Yeah.
Great wood. You know, I've heard of the Great Woods.
Yeah?
Yeah. Only somebody who's as rich and influential as you could afford Great Woods, I'm sure.
Does Oran hear Great Wood, and can he, like, from the distance be like, don't talk, that's not a thing? Can I do a nature? Like, don't, no.
Yeah, sure, absolutely.
Okay, I'll do a nature check. Plus 18. Let's go.
Listen, you think this guy's smart enough to know that that's not a thing?
Roran rolled a total of a 29.
Yeah, you can give me a nature check too, Molly. Or Vina.
A nature check, you see.
Yeah.
Oh well, that's a great roll for me. That's a plus 0, so that's a 10.
You've never heard of the Great Wood before.
You know,
Has Oran heard
That's-
of the Great Wood?
Yeah, no, it's like waving from behind. No, it's a trap. No, don't ask him about the Great Wood.
Yeah, Oran's like, nah, man, this is not our show. Like, this is not what we ask on Rotgrind. Like, does Oran know if the guy's like, is it an actual fucking component, or is he just bullshit? Like, yeah, wood's great, and he has no fucking clue.
Is he talking about a component, or is he talking about a component?
Yeah, it's like, okay, Oran signals that the Vina going
You're
that's not
yeah,
a
yeah,
thing.
yeah.
That's not a thing.
Don't.
He doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about.
Oh, wait. Look, I'm giving you NPCs, y'all.
We literally asked for NPCs, and we're getting them.
you know what? I guess we asked and you sure delivered.
So with that, yeah, he's just like, yeah, wood. It's great.
Wow. That's amazing.
Oh no.
He turns to the assembled people who are still standing there awkwardly and with no sense of shame says, yeah, you see that? She likes the great wood that's in my ship.
Oh my god, I didn't even realize you were doing that.
Oran vomits in a nearby plant.
This is what it's like to be an adult, people.
Yeah.
We have to deal with this. This is society.
This is society.
Sometimes you sit down on a couch next to Rayloff of Riverwood plus 200 pounds, and sometimes he jokes about his cock. That just happens.
Yeah, that just happens every day in adult life. All right. Do I get to make another roll to continue like sussing out what he's doing, or is it the end of my turn?
That is
it's
the end,
sus all
and
right.
you can tell.
Okay, thank you.
You can tell. I've never seen someone want to end a roleplay so quickly. Oh god. Okay, excellent, beautiful. Next up in the line, Rehua, we come back to you. You can keep conversing with this individual. Again, you can do more discovery. You could do an attempted an influence, or you could just fuck off and go talk to someone else. As Tannhauser is now moving around, edging, having started the first round and now ending the second round last.
I'm gonna stick.
I feel bad for Tad. He's gotta wait so fucking long.
I gotta wait so long and talk to a guy that I'm sure Tannhauser will have a lot of interesting dialogue with. It'll all be worth it.
Yeah. Hey,
surely.
It does going last lets you pick where you want to go. Maybe you want to join the Great Wood conversation. Rehua,
why wouldn't I?
Yeah.
Rehua is gonna stick around and continue conversing with them. I'm gonna
Discovering or
go for-
influencing?
influence this time.
Okay. What are you What are you going to use to influence here?
I'm gonna use intimidation, but I'm not sure if I should roll. Yeah, I mean, I probably should roll before I bother
absolutely.
speaking.
Yeah. Yep.
All right. Oh, that's
Dude,
well, we're gonna
these
hero point
rolls are
that.
great.
Man,
These
it's
rolls.
awful today.
That's fine. We're
this is-
gonna
yeah.
hero point. It's only it's a fractional chance to roll worse.
Literally a 5% chance.
Uh-huh.
Wow!
You also only had a 5% chance to roll one better.
We're gonna die
Okay.
here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
With any luck.
that's the second time you rolled one higher on the subsequent check.
0 points are beans.
Wow, I know. So how do you not really intimidate this individual?
I guess Rehua may not be trying to intimidate. Like, that might have just been how his words would have come across, but he's just going to talk at him based upon the continuation of the conversation.
Okay.
You know, it is surprising that someone like that would... He's starting to slip away from his disguise a little bit. It's surprising that they would sell out all of their resources and, you know, stick to their guns, I believe the expression was. But at the very least, they never compromised on what they believed in. It's something that one might see in someone, a leader, such as the one who sold them into ruin. Now, someone like that may be a good leader to his people, but to everybody else, wasn't that good of a leader for his people. They had the vision, but they lacked the knowledge to truly make something great. At the end of the day, failed to see the forest for the trees.
Was that a pun?
Oh, I get that. No, that wasn't a pun. All the same, he lacked the tact or authority to really make a difference other than, well, works of art that would far outlive his own people and his culture. It wasn't anything of substance, nothing beyond hallmarks in the endless march of time. For people like us to marvel at and ogle, but where are they now? Nothing but ruins beneath the sand. And
Tell
these...
me, is this how you justify working with terrorists?
I fight for reasons known to myself. But above all else, something to rail against the edifices that I come to know. Not with any sort of just wanton abandon like anarchy, well, maybe a little like that, but whatever will keep the flames alight against stagnation, as I'm sure you have seen in the lands outside and even the lesser privileged areas of Outset. Stasis is death. Something that will... Oh, of course.
Why would you say that?
One cannot stay the same forever. If the beast in the wild would refuse to change, then, well, at some point the wily hunter will inevitably catch up and see it mounted upon his wall.
But what if people are behind walls? What if those people are well fed? What if they are provided with health care at no cost to themselves? What if they have a representation in the governance of their city? Are all of those things to be tossed aside and burned?
No. I suppose you're right in that, but... Well, safety is all well and good. The man who trades security for any lack of meaningful progress to make his mark upon history will no sooner be forgotten, like the people, the lands of Faitha. My apologies, I'm remembering the name because my notes scrolled upwards instead of downwards. It didn't even save my notes. I had the name written down for the city. Completely fucked it up. All the same.
With you, it makes sense. With your companions, I think they don't even understand what they are doing.
With my journey that has been with these friends of mine, I would call them now, every day, every trial, every fracture is a learning experience, and with that, one never truly stays the same. With knowledge comes change, metamorphosis, and we grow from what was into something that will be later on. What that may turn into several points down the line, well, it's anybody's guess but my own. But if you're so inclined to... I'm sorry, go ahead.
Do you know what I want to, like, she just fucking interrupts you. Sort of leans in with the mask a bit. Do you want to know what I want?
Do tell.
I want to kill everyone in this room. Okay, let's cut to Oran.
What's up?
So as you were overhearing talk of the Great Wood, what would you like to do? Again, you can continue discovering on Sandal. You could even try to get involved in the conversation.
I would like to change my perspective to Tannhauser's problem.
Okay, yep.
And see how he's doing.
Are you going to discover or try to get involved in the conversation with the gnome?
Quick question: has Tannhauser engaged in conversation yet? Because I think he's still outside of that.
No, I haven't. I haven't spoken yet.
Cool. Oran would like to at least sidle over.
Okay.
And basically come over and before Tannhauser engages, he will tug Tannhauser's clothing and go like, try to be out of earshot of people as he whispers and goes, "Mr. Tannhauser. The one who ran us all over and killed us, he's on the balcony over there." And Oran will point to the door. That's on the side there, the piano passageway. And he goes like, "He's near a ledge, Mr. Tannhauser.
Holy shit!
Oh. And I have wings, Mr. Tannhauser."
No way.
How fascinating.
God damn it! You all play fucking Baldur's Gate 3 and you think you can solve everything.
It does.
God damn it!
It's hopeless.
And if Tannhauser looks at Oran's eyes, he is all John fucking Wick expression. He's like, "I don't need to talk to anyone, Mr. Tannhauser. All I want is a distraction."
How high off the ground are we on this building?
Like 2 stories.
2 stories?
I'm
That's
just
enough
trying-
to crack someone's neck.
Yeah.
If we're 2 stories.
But you don't know, because you know where this building is, but like looking out where that balcony is, there could be a far larger drop.
Well, yeah, why are we in the shortest building in Outset?
Yeah,
You're
I thought
not.
it'd be
No. When I say like you're on the 2nd story of a building you walked into. Now from that balcony, that could be overlooking a section that like goes down. You didn't really have a good vertical angle to look down from where you were.
I'm thinking, right? I get pushed out of a building. I use my magic teleportation thing, or I use my grappling hook. Oran's got his wings. Baldric, if I pushed you out of a building, how would you try to survive?
I'd have to throw an explosive at the ground and hope that the backdraft coming off of that can slow my fall
Alright,
a bit,
you would
because I don't
die.
have much.
Vina, how would you try to survive?
Fuck you.
How would I try to
If you're falling
survive?
off a skyscraper and you're throwing an explosive when you hit the ground, that's the goal we're looking for. Is we're looking for an endless chasm of death.
Yeah, I mean, if I was this dude, I'd probably try to grab onto whatever balconies there are, because there are probably a bunch.
Oh, but pushing someone requires strength. And and I'm
Not
gonna,
necessarily. Big enough blast.
Well, acrobatic. It would require athletics, and I have a strength of 10.
I have plus 11 to
Oh
athletics.
man, let's have like a really cool socializing encounter where they can.
I
meet up.
listen. Our local Birdman has offered me violence. I didn't come up with this.
I've been
idea.
enjoying the social encounter, but if we want to interrupt it with violence, we can.
I'm considering it.
Here's the thing: we're not going to violence immediately. We eventually maneuver our way after all of these discussions, and then we eventually get to where he's positioned with the sub action.
Well, let's stow throwing people off of the balcony for a little bit.
Fucking shove action. I hate
Yeah,
it.
but Oran's just letting him know that he's like, Mr. Tannhauser, if there's a chance, I would like to take it. But if not, I want to remember his face because I didn't get a good look of it last time.
Oran, my boy, you know I never say no to a good extrajudicial killing. We will see what we can do.
Hold on, I'm getting a phone call real quick.
1 second, Vina's
That's
getting
the
a phone
police.
call.
The police know what we were doing. They heard
Yeah,
the
this
keywords.
is this was the Dark Urge campaign the whole time.
Hey, chat, everyone say hi to FBI agents who are listening to us. Hello!
It's me. I'm the FBI agent.
Every campaign with
That would
Speaker
not
D
surprise
is a
me.
Dark Urge campaign.
But Oran lets Tannhauser know of that, and he'll just, and for my bit, I would like to look at the gnome as well, do some discovery while he's there, just to basically be like, oh, let's from what he's talking about and stuff, what information can he give Tannhauser, just from an impression of him, and I was gonna roll perception.
So you can give me perception or herbalism or plant lore.
I only have plant lore, so I will do that because I
Stand back,
imagine
sorry.
the DC will be a lot lower, so I'll do plant lore.
Quite likely.
Okay, that is 11 for a total of 21.
Okay.
Yeah, because if it isn't lower, there's no reason to roll it. So
Yeah. No, it's definitely lower. 6, yeah, okay. Okay. So you, like, as you've kind of like pulled Tannhauser slowly aside for this conversation, the gnome Punkelkamp has taken no interest in either of you and is instead continuing to regale the people here with more tales, and it is a success. So you're getting a bit more about this alchemist. And you're just hearing things like, and my next great invention was a cure for the common cough cold, at least for 2 days. And then it comes back, but that's okay, because you can take my extract again and it'll cure it. Trust me, I know. And what you have to do is you just have to take these 3 pills and this vitamin and this concoction of a fizzy drink I made called fizz juice.
why is it called fizz juice?
And
Why not?
He's going on and having these conversations, and like you're paying attention partly as this is happening, but something catches your attention very. And you see, when I did my experiments with the rot out in the lands of the solitude, I learned much to keep our city safe.
You ever seen Cat's eyes dilate?
Mm-hmm.
He's like down out, it's like Oran's just staring at him. It's just. But
you succeed the discovery, so you can ask me about a resistance, a background, a weakness, or another skill maybe that would be useful to influence this individual.
Yeah, I would like to know basically what things, how would you pamper him basically to make the DCs easier for Tannhauser?
Yeah, so Tannhauser already got that information last round, so that would be like talking about like, that would be like kind of the buttering him up in terms of his own medical knowledge and knowledge of the rot. He seems to like constantly bring that up and respond positively when people acknowledge that.
Well, what do you think would help you the most?
I think, I guess what he doesn't like.
Yeah, like pitfalls you don't want to fall into. Basically that information.
Yeah.
It's like, don't call him short or something, you know?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, It could be something really obvious, or it could be like, this guy hates it when you're left-handed. I don't know.
The
This will
pitfall
protect
that
us.
you detect is all of his knowledge about like this like plants and alchemicals is superficial. Like he's this alchemist extraordinaire healer medicine person, but like he hasn't provided any proper details. And in fact, you figure he might get really defensive if you start asking him about details.
Yeah, Oran relays that to Tannhauser, and
Oh, then he's a charlatan. Perhaps we shouldn't spend any time talking to him. He's clearly just a charlatan.
Excellent. And with that, we cut to Baldric and the Sausage Man Morelbaum.
All right.
So you're making me a drink, is that it?
Figured I could mix a couple drinks in general. See what I can make off for my college days.
Pretty cool. All I could do is, some Babe Bomb candy here, and it'd be the best day ever.
Well, sadly, we've already expended our one allotment of making Odo feel uncomfortable, so we kind of have to wait on that one.
What? Oh God! All right, quick, get Vina here. No.
That's the joke, Jimmy.
He's gonna petition the bartender for a number of alcohols, and he's going to mix together something. Can I get a gauge as to what this guy might like in his drinks?
You think he likes something like simple but hard?
All right, so something that'll be akin to like an old-fashioned, I guess. Something with very few ingredients, but is just like, make it with very strong liquor.
Yep.
And I guess I will make a crafting with that, yeah?
Yeah.
And I will use seasoned to give myself a whopping plus 20.
My God. It's pretty high.
And it just got higher at a 39. I was almost 40.
Damn, there you go. Describe the perfect drink that you concoct.
For this man, he strikes Baldric as a man who's always looking for a very strong drink, but perhaps something that will tantalize him a bit more. So he mixes him a cocktail that ostensibly sounds awful, but it actually is probably really good for him. It is a mixture of whiskey, a single big ice cube, and he takes an orange and salts it before putting it on top. And then he passes that over to him.
Working man's drink.
Wow. Wow. No wonder you wear a bucket. Because if people could see your face, they'd want to hire you everywhere. You want to come work for me? You can come work for me. I'm pretty good. I got a constitution. I got giant's blood in me. But, it's okay. It's okay. I know it's intimidating. But if you want to come work for me, you can come work for me.
No, thanks. I'm a little busy myself, but I wouldn't mind talking for a while with you if that's not an issue.
Oh, I love talking. Talking's my favorite thing, I could talk all day. I started here talking. That's what I did. And taking over the meat market.
So, what brought you to this kind of party, then?
Oh, well, I got the invite from Sandal over there, and I figured someone had to make sure he wasn't getting into trouble,
And you were the kind of person to stop him from getting into trouble?
Oh, no, I just wanted to see it happen. That's hilarious. I came from the Inheritor Lands originally, dealt in furs and leathers. Then I came here and I grew up really in Rooks in my 20s.
I see. So, would you happen to know too much about Mr. Declan, or?
Well, kind of leans in. What do you want to know?
How much am I allowed to ask him?
Can ask me a question.
All right. So, Mr. Declan, what exactly does he do that warrants such an opulent party?
Nothing.
Nothing.
He takes another sip from the fine cocktail. Yeah, nothing. You know, his parents died. Very tragic. Something like 15 years. He was really young. His grandpa's the one who raised him. So he got all the inheritance from his parents because they passed it on to him. So he got a bunch of money. Now, most of the money, though, well, most of it's actually with his grandpa, Caedmon. And Caedmon's on death's door. Hasn't been seen in public in months.
Months, huh?
Yeah, he's some kind of illness. He's up in the family manor.
Where might that be?
I don't know exactly where it is. Something Sacrimony, man. I forget the name of it. But yeah, old man's been there. He's been getting sicker like a dog. So Sandal's having this airship built because he knows he's gonna get all the money.
I see. And the company he tends to keep in this regard is... He's just going to motion over to the Tyrant's Guild member, the ostentatious-sounding huckster, the basically everyone around, and also motioning over to the absconded fucking perfectite object in the crate.
Well, I can tell you a bit more about that. And then we will cut to Tannhauser.
Tannhauser.
Alrighty then.
So are you going to obviously continue to engage with Ponkelkompt, right?
There's nothing I would love more than engaging with Ponkelkompt. In fact, that's exactly what I'm going to do. Even though he is transparently a huckster, he may have some connection to some of the research that's been going on. He might just be a front-facing smart man, so I will approach him.
Ponkelkompt, you are the
great Ponkelkompt. Thank you very much. He turns and puts like one of his arms like on his hip.
Forgive me, Great One. I have traveled long to find you. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Roadmaster Killright. I represent the legions of foreign armies, mostly in accordance with the Golgothan Dominion. I've heard tale that you are researching a new elixir to cure the rot. Is that true?
Oh, that's right. Are you here to make an investment? I love investors. You're the best kind of people.
We would adore to invest. Our armies are often racked by the rot, often brought forward by spewing founts of earth and blood. We require your means to our means. Therefore, I have been advised on authority of Lord Golgotha himself to learn where we might invest and where we might obtain samples. Have no fear if they are not fully complete. We have a disposable slew of test subjects.
So what skill you want to use to influence here?
Oh, lore warfare, please, since I am posing as a general in an army in which I have likely spent a fair amount of time.
Yeah, you can certainly try that skill.
Let's rock. That will be a 31.
You can tell he's like nodding along with you, and he's like, "Oh yeah, very legions, yeah, legions need heal, yeah." And he's like nodding and like kind of going along with your description of Golgothan, military requirements and needs. It's just like, oh, we can get as much elixir as you have mouths and orifices. Oh, we got you. But we're gonna need.
It's in a state of completion.
Oh, we're so, you know, just a little, maybe a few months more, and we're gonna be off the production line, as I say. You know, thanks to the Declan family's strong support for my efforts over the past several months, things are gonna change soon for the better in this city.
I don't care about your putrid city, but your genius, surely, yes. That is what appeals to me.
Oh, really?
But of course, for eons we have besieged all forms of sorcerers and medicinal shamans. Even the Black Papacy is incapable of curing this dark ailment. But you found a solution. A solution we are most interested in. Where might we meet with you and pick up your elixir and as well intermingle with your findings?
Well, you can find me in my private office in the Medics Guild Administration Building in the Bishop's Pilaster. I have a lovely secretary. Her name is Charlene. She takes all sorts of appointments. You want to go talk to Charlene? She'll get you, but don't worry. If you got money, oh boy, top of the pile.
I assure you, Ponsor Comp, we have exactly what you are owed. Thank you.
And with that, I will excuse myself.
All right, and as we kind of like have this this continued exchange of things, I'm going to say after the first sort of half hour of like going about talking, all of you manage to briefly excuse yourselves from your ongoing conversations. Just take a little moment for all of you to just reconvene. Odor, are you back, by the way?
Oh, I am back.
Okay, good. And so all of you like have a little polite chance to reconvene by the doorway once again, just to sort of chat and update one another to the situation here.
I want to kill a guy.
Don't.
Or just deflates.
I want to kill somebody. No.
Oh, all right. But he read us all over the chainsaw car. Like Oran will relay this to everyone that he saw the guy on the balcony.
The person who assisted in the murder of Vina.
Yes.
If it helps you feel better, Oran, the person, our Tyrant's Guild friend, wants to kill everybody in the room. They also know exactly who we are.
Oh no. Odo. Her power went out.
Oh no. That would also mean Speaker's power went out. We can end it there.
I mean, it is 7:30.
You know what? That's a great place to end. As soon as the mention of the chainsaw car hegemon is made, the power goes out. Dun, dun, dun. Oh!
It was driven through the building.
The chainsaw car in real life. Oh no!
Too much faith. Too much faith made it manifest.
Never do faith builds. Never do faith builds.
All right.
Never.
Ever.
All right, so with that, thank you all so very much, everybody. Hope everyone had an absolutely wonderful time with this episode where we can do a lot more role play, get to see what everyone's doing. And because some of our cast members have disappeared due to power issues, we'll basically just kind of end it a little bit faster than this is. But please go follow everybody here on social medias, and also please go take a look. I think a lot of the players here, I'm not in it, nor is Thurston involved. Like, we're not in for it, but please go check out on Applebee's channel and stuff, on their Patreon and stuff. They've been doing a World of Darkness thing, so please go give them a shout out and stuff, and please go say, hey, like, good job over there. They're working real hard on that type of stuff. So on their stuff. But of course, if you really like the stuff that we do and really want to help us out, help pay the bills, help get the lights on in our house, at patreon.com/narrative declaration, you can help us along, because tomorrow we're going to record our first Starfinder little adventure. It's going to be a short adventure where we're going to get all that going. So appreciate everyone's support over there. Love you all so very much. Hope you guys have an amazing time. and we'll see you all next time for another exciting episode of Rotgrind. So long, everybody. Hope everyone has a wonderful time. See you guys. So long. Farewell.
Go to Starfinder.
Good evening, everybody.
Take it easy, guys.
See you next evening.
See you next time. We love you.
Bye.